Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. That's weird.
We don't
It
have
says we're
music.
live, so
Oh,
I,
okay.
I forgot the music. I have to move it to a different part of the thing.
Something. Yeah.
Oh God, no! You don't want me to sing.
Sure, sorry.
Welcome, Happy Veterans Day. Thank a veteran, um, if you can. Let them know they're important. And
Oh,
welcome.
what's
It's
going on since
Monday.
we last saw you?
Huh?
So what's been going on since we last saw
Oh,
everybody?
there,
Oh,
there was kind of something in the news going on. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
what was that?
I heard something about that, but
Somebody did something bigly.
Yeah, somebody fired Kamala Harris. Did you hear that they want to replace Biden now to make her the 47th
Yeah,
president, just out of spite because of
I
all the
already called that
47s?
like
Oh, I know,
2 weeks
but they
ago.
now it's spite because then Trump's already done so much with the number 47, so that
mhm,
he'll have to redo it. So,
whatever.
Okay,
so
I'm sure he can afford it.
yeah. Welcome. I'm Liz. That's Therese and our good friend Amy.
Hello.
Since we always forget these things, it is Monday. A lot of our other friends couldn't be here today because they are having various things going on. So we say hello to them, and maybe we'll see them next time, or maybe they're in the chat. We got comments in the chat already. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, people.
Welcome, welcome.
I did have to
Which,
chuckle because I saw Chicken Lady and Shauna both updated podcasts, and they were like, "Finally, sorry it's been so long," and I'm like, "It's been like a month."
clear, yeah.
Like, come talk to me when it's been 6 months.
Hey, you do what you do when you can do it.
Which is
So,
not often, and that's okay because it's free.
That's right.
come join us, knit, crochet, cross stitch, whatever your heart desires. Everybody's welcome. We don't care who you voted for. So
Just don't be an asshole.
just don't be an asshole.
Don't make us
Pretty much
stand up
that's it.
and cry.
I do like the fact that now it was a um, popular vote win, so now they can't say
Right.
that it wasn't a true win. And when people say things, we can remind them that they're outnumbered now. So if it wasn't for all those misogynistic black men and racist Latino men and white women, it would be a different story, I guess. But that's who they're blaming these days.
I'm just still waiting for them to, because I feel like it's that Geico commercial or for whatever it is, and the guy's fishing. He's like, "You almost got it. You almost got it." Because they're like, they went back through the last 10 cycles of how many people voted, and
Mm-hmm.
2020 has like 20 million more, and they're like, "Where did these 20 million people go? Why did they show up and vote?" It's like, because they were dead, dummy, and they didn't exist.
Well, yeah,
You
Kamala was too busy.
almost got it.
She was too busy spending her money
Yeah.
on getting celebrities to do concerts instead of getting dead people to vote. So,
I'd love to see the financial breakdown because all that stuff's supposed to be public record on what they
evidently,
spend it
she
on.
spent 20 million on those swing state concerts and lost all of the swing states, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Did you see Trump offered to pay off their balance?
No, give out to people who deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I doubt they would take him up on it, but
You never
$1
know.
billion
A
and
true
500
grifter
million.
would.
In 3 months.
Yeah,
$1.2 million in 3 months.
500 million for five Senate races, and that they lost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Wow.
Well, that's why
insane.
a lot of people are pissed off because, like, they spent I don't remember how much they said millions on Larry Hogan in Maryland, and he lost by 8 points. They spent nothing on Kerry Lake and nothing on
Yeah,
Tucker.
well, that's because the turtle doesn't like them.
Yeah, well, the turtle needs to go off into
Thank
the
goodness.
swamp,
Thank goodness.
crawl back where he came from.
I
Not a fan.
Then they were blaming the View because they said the View ruined it for her when they asked her what she would have done differently, and she said nothing. Well, I mean, and I saw a thing that Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn said that they both said that she demanded that they would edit their
Mhm.
podcasts, and neither one of them would. So that's why she didn't go on any of them.
You
And there
know,
was another one, a liberal podcast, that she wouldn't go on either because they wouldn't edit it. So
Bottom line is minorities, gay people, and women. We're tired of being pandered to.
uh-huh.
And guess what? It don't matter who you sleep with and what color skin you are, but $8 butter isn't gonna fly. So we all gotta eat.
Yep.
So
pretty much.
Yep. If you haven't watched it, The Art of the Surge is on YouTube now. And
the
it's
art of what?
very good. It's called The Art of the Surge. And it's a documentary that was filmed. Right now it's from July to October, but it's said to be continued. So we'll see if they do more. It's very good. It's behind the scenes of
About the
summer.
cost of things?
What's up?
What's it about? The cost of things?
No, it's about the shooting in July and then everything after that. But it's all behind the scenes stuff. It's fascinating. All the people that are involved, all his workers, it's really good.
I saw
just
that.
Can't wait for my boyfriend to take down the FDA. That's all I want to see. I'm so excited.
I guess Whoopi Goldberg blamed grocery stores for being for gouging prices, and the head of the grocers union said, grocery stores make a 1% to 2% profit. That's it. We're not gouging anybody. They said prices go up because of crime,
right,
and things like that, where we have no choice because we have to raise the prices. So don't be blaming us for something that it's not our fault.
It was a multifaceted reason why prices went up. I mean,
Yes.
COVID
was
part of it, but they were already going up,
inflation and
Ukraine and all that. I mean, there's just certain things that
it's just funny how
aren't made in America, So
the prices weren't this high during COVID.
No,
I mean, it was like immediately after
COVID was a lead time thing, because when you tell people they can't go to work and then you need X amount of people to manufacture and X amount of people to ship, but you tell people they can't go to work, that affects things. So, but then when you first of all, when you shut down manufacturers and you can't take things from Russia, okay, well, stuff comes from Russia, so it's more expensive if you have to get it from somewhere else. And
well, if you think about it, one of the very first things that happened in early, I don't know what month it was, but it was really quick.
Going off.
2021 was the Dollar Tree was no longer the Dollar Tree.
$1.
And that was pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I mean, you screw up the dollar store?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But, I hope people stop and think. I hope that at least there's a good amount of people out there who, instead of just getting all freaked out and losing their mind, stop and think, wow, maybe I had to figure out why it was like this. Maybe it's not me, it's them, because maybe they're right and I'm wrong.
Well, here's the thing. Like, they can have their temper tantrums and they can say whatever they want. Oh, you're wrong. You're this, you're that. Well, you know what? 78 other million people don't think I'm wrong. So
exactly,
it's you.
Yep.
That's why it's so important the popular vote went through.
Yeah, and the fact that when people go after supporters now, the supporters can, the tide has turned. They can talk back. They can call it out. They can not worry about losing their jobs over complaining.
Yeah.
Because I did think it was funny that all the world leaders are all like, oh yeah, we need peace.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Hamas is like, no, never mind. We don't feel like doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
See what happens. I think now he has a better idea how to implement things. I think he went in very much with the businessman's perspective and not realize that you can't just cut the government the way he wanted.
Well, and
So-
he said on Rogan that, you know, he went in and he didn't know who anybody was because he's from New York. He wouldn't know Washington. And so he was relying on people that he knew to tell him who to put in. And it wasn't always good. Now he knows. Now he has a better understanding of just how deep and wide the swamp is.
Well, they spent the last 4 years
Mm-hmm.
vetting things.
Yeah.
So
I'm liking his choices so far. So we'll see.
so far, I think it should be interesting. I did see them that they're trying to make Sotomayor resign
Yeah.
so that they can appoint somebody, and that's never going to fly
It's not going to
because
go
there's not enough to.
months. No.
And she said no to begin with, but some Democrat strategist wants him to appoint Kamala to the Supreme Court. That woman
Okay.
was a terrible attorney who's never been a judge, but yeah, let's throw her on the Supreme Court because that makes sense. Like,
Can you
really?
imagine what her dissents would be? It'd be just like all rambling.
Be like AI
Well-
tried to write it.
Well, I'm unburdened by the fact that I know nothing. She and Jackson could sit there and talk about the fact they don't know what a woman is.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, except she does when she wants to be the first woman president.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, whatever.
I burned my rice.
Oh no.
I didn't hear the
Oh,
timer
no.
going off, and I forgot to go take it off of the heat. So
Okay, here's a trick.
Oh,
When you're not using your Instant Pot for beans, cook rice in it.
I do normally.
Get
But
another
I-
Instant Pot. That's what.
I had another Instant Pot, but it died, and my red beans are in the big pot. So either red beans are going to be for tomorrow, or he can eat red beans with no rice. Because I don't give a crap.
What? Blasphemy.
I am done with today. So
I hear
like
you.
I said earlier, I started doing my rice in my crock pot because that way I don't have to worry about burning it.
Rice in the crock pot.
Yeah. You put it in there and you turn it on high for an hour to an hour and a half, and then you check it and you just leave it going until it's done, and then you just turn it to buffet and it stays warm.
Oh.
So when you're cooking a bunch of other stuff on the stove and
right.
you don't have to worry about rice, you just throw it in the crock pot. Came out really good the other night. My daughter made curry, which was excellent, except she burnt my Dutch oven.
Oh.
But I was able to get it cleaned. But yeah, I was like, next time, turn the temp down. Like, cook it slower. But the curry was excellent. We froze half of it, so we'll pull it out this week and we'll make more rice for it.
What kind of curry? Yellow, green, red? What kind of-
It was Japanese curry, so it was more brown curry. Well, it had tomatoes in it, so
Mhm.
well, red
more
beans
red
is
curry, I
always
guess.
better the next day. So that's my story, and I'm
Mhm.
sticking to it.
Most of that.
absolutely.
They can go feed themselves. I don't really care.
Hey Tab, hey everybody in chat.
Hey, Chad.
That's awesome.
I saw a crazy murder thing. Wait, where is my phone?
Okay.
That I had never heard of, and it's an actual murder thing that has to do with Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
I was going to say, were you watching Detroit News or something?
Yeah.
No, it was just the My Way killings were a social phenomenon in the Philippines, referring to a number of disputes which arose to the singing of the song My Way by Frank Sinatra in karaoke bars.
What?
People literally killed people over how they sang My Way in karaoke bars.
That's
I mean,
insane.
I've been to some karaoke that the people needed killing, but that's wild.
Wow. That's insane. I did
Isn't
see
it? It was
that's crazy. I did see there was supposed to be a new Jean Bonnet series on Netflix, and I haven't seen when it comes out. I don't know when it comes out yet. I still
Ooh.
got to catch up on Neil and Tabitha.
It's not enough.
okay.
hours a day.
Someone came up with the stop using agree to disagree, and now they're ending all arguments with live with what makes you comfortable, and know that ultimately you're not telling yourself the truth.
What?
Instead of saying agree to disagree, tell somebody live with what makes you comfortable.
See, I just say you do you, boo, and that's kind of my version of bless your heart.
What'd
on
you
that
say
song.
today?
Oh.
You said Have the day you deserve.
Yeah, have the day you deserve.
Have the day you
Um,
deserve.
Yeah, I saw that too, Elle, that Iraq is allowing the age of consent to be down to 9 years old.
9.
Oh, and then
Oh, yeah.
women can't get divorced either. But feminists won't care a thing about that.
No, we only want to murder our children.
Ooh, Craftsnark found some more quiet MAGA crafters.
Oh boy.
See, that's the problem. They don't care about going us out after the loud
Ru-
ones anymore.
they're
Now
going after
hunting down the
Ruby.
quiet ones.
They're going after Ruby and Roses.
Do you think?
no.
Duh, who didn't know that she was conservative? But do you think they're like sitting there like we hunting wabbits instead of we wabbits? We hunting megas.
Mhm.
Uh,
I mean,
Raina Cruz Patterns. I don't know who that is.
me
Crazy
neither.
Sock Lady. House and Habit. Oh, and thank God that some of these people didn't have mutuals with these evil people.
Well, I wonder if some of the people
So
who because we were on all the lists. I wonder if some of the people who disavowed us when we were on the first lists, now that they're on a list, I wonder if they'll be like, maybe I should go back to the people that weren't putting me on a list.
this response was really good, though. This one says, "You Americans are wild. Somebody thinks differently to me and has different values. My candidate didn't win this time. Evil, evil. Like, just unfollow them and don't give them your business instead of outing them.
Right.
Instead of they just kicked a puppy and murdered babies."
Uh-huh. No, they'd like them if they murder babies.
Yeah, they actually are murdering babies. They don't care about that, but we care about puppies.
I love the fact that this person felt it necessary to add Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Okay, if you don't realize that they're not liberal by now,
You can't read then.
I mean, he was literally on stage with Trump. So,
Let me
But-
see here.
okay, yeah, if I don't want to do business with someone, I just don't do business with them.
Right.
Unless I don't boycott publicly unless they're doing something dangerous or it's false advertising, and then I feel the need to warn other people. But other than that,
I'm
I
not
don't
going to shop
get
at
into
people who have vocally said, "Don't buy with me."
Well, no,
Okay.
of course not.
All right,
But it
you don't
doesn't
need
mean
my
you're going to
money
run
then.
out. But you're not going to run out and tell everybody in the world, "Oh, don't do
No,
business
and then
with
if
him."
I see, it's not like I'm gonna see, oh, that's pretty yarn. Let me go investigate this person, their social media. I don't care. Just make pretty yarn.
Exactly. Well, other people just have no lives, so they have to spend all their lives
I can't
looking
imagine
for trouble.
combing through somebody's post to see who not even what they posted, like what they said about Crazy Sock Lady. It's not even what she posted because she doesn't.
Right.
She
Show the
liked
post box.
something. She liked
Yes.
somebody's tweet.
So they went through her
And
likes.
Like,
Yes.
yeah. I can't
Well,
imagine.
I'm sure they're going to disavow me because I've liked a lot of things.
You know what I
Me
too, I
noticed
don't
this
care.
time? And I don't know if y'all noticed. Maybe it's just because my news feed has less crazy people in it. But I do have some liberal friends. And the ones that I have that are really, really liberal, for the most part, we know that about each other. Okay, it's fine. We just don't discuss those topics, or when we do discuss it, we discuss it politely and with discernment. But I had noticed that a couple of friends, they put up the black square as their profile picture,
Mhm.
but it didn't
Oh,
catch
no.
on. Only like 2 people did it.
Mhm.
So I was like, it's interesting.
Oh,
that
wait,
there
they're
wasn't
doing
the
it now?
waves.
Oh,
Huh?
that's weird. They're doing
Yeah,
it
like now, like the day, like Wednesday, the day after he won.
I
they
thought
put
that
up
was for Black Lives Matter, or is it just everything we hate? I don't
everything we hate, so black square of how sad and just done we are.
know. Oh, whatever. I don't care.
So but it didn't catch on. There's been no, viral
Well,
hashtag whatever, and no, except for the women that are swearing off sex and not going to have babies to kill. Which glad you finally figured out reproductive.
yeah,
freedom.
and the ones wearing blue bracelets in solidarity because they're safe allies.
So that's like the
there's
safety pins from before.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Ruby and Roses, Emily. They just don't like her because she must be conservative. Yeah, the performativeness of it just kills me. Just like, really? I didn't like when Obama won, but I just went to work the next day, and
Right.
because that's what
Well,
grown-ups do. They don't say
I'm
ridiculous.
still waiting
Well,
to find out the rights that we've suddenly lost, even though Biden's
I'm
still
still
president.
waiting.
I would just like to know what we've lost. Just curious.
Nothing.
Because the amount of people
So-
that don't understand how the legislative process works and how laws are made is a little alarming.
That is frightening, quite frankly.
Like, she couldn't have changed the abortion laws any more than Trump can.
Nope. But that's what she ran on.
I know she was going to have it,
Only.
Congress codify it, except it's not. The court order said it's not a federal thing.
You do it.
So-
Nope.
Yeah, yeah, it's just bizarre. The things that they said, and just bizarre. Like, you don't care about women. Well, I care about the unborn women. So do they count? And I care about the women playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I care about children not being manipulated and taken advantage of. And I'll even throw you the boys. I care about them too, not just the women.
It's like
it's
what's
insane.
with the grandpas and boys just get thrown out.
Yep.
We only
Mhm.
cared about killing grandma and COVID, and we only care about women now. Now that we know what that they are again. Now we know.
I thought it
I'm
was
glad
interesting that
Glad we circled back to that.
Trump got the vote of 40% of women under 30,
Mhm.
which was huge.
Yes. And a lot of Gen X. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of colleges were celebrating because, you know, they can see the writing for the wall. They're not going to have any money to do anything. My son, I mean, he's leaned a little bit liberal over the last few years. He became an independent and liked some of the things Bernie said, but
Mm-hmm.
he went all in on Trump because he said, you know, he can't afford gas.
My son
And
too,
groceries
the
are
same.
groceries are expensive, and foreign policy because he's worried about Taiwan because he knows that Biden would not have defended Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have access to computer chips, the entire world's screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, important things like that.
I'm just loving the reaction of all these other countries because it's like, shit, daddy's car just pulled up in the driveway. You know, that's what it seems like. Like, we
Well,
better
it
get our
was
crap
like-
together.
Yeah, well, it was like when Reagan was elected and instantly, okay, we got to let go of the hostages because they didn't know what he was going to do. That's the thing with Trump. They know he'll do what he says.
Right.
They
Right.
just don't know what he says he's going to do, you know, because I saw a thing where he was, Vance was talking and Trump had asked his wife, you know, how's his wife dealing with all the publicity and stuff?
Yeah.
And he says, oh, you know, she's doing it. She's okay. She says she's fine. And Trump looked at him and said, yeah, that's what my wife said too. Because he went and he talked to her and he said, you know, I know this is going to be rough for you and I get it. But, you know, just the little things, the things that he thinks of other people
Yes.
that you don't hear about. And I hear about all these, oh, you're Nazis and you don't care about women. Hello, I am a woman. And I know I'm a woman, so I got one step up on you.
Well, here's the thing. They push the Nazi thing. Nazi, he's a Nazi. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. He's a Nazi. Okay, we all know what Hitler did. He's Hitler. Then why wouldn't you leave now if you know that
Right.
Hitler is coming into power?
Right.
Why wouldn't you go apply
Right.
for asylum somewhere?
Yeah,
You know,
all those
you knew
journalists who claimed he was going to come after them. Well, you're on the air every night, so clearly he knows where you are. He
Right.
was going to come after you, you know. Well, and, you know, oh, he's going to deport people, and he's going to even mass deport people here legally. No, he's
No.
not, because you
No,
can't.
we can't do that.
And hello, Latinos voted for him knowing he was going to mass deport illegal aliens. So, you know, I guess they're okay with it.
They are.
I did see a guy, he was saying, you know, it's really bad. I heard that Trump's going to start deporting illegals. And I would hate for him to deport my mother-in-law who lives at 444 something. That would be awful if she were to get deported. Once again, she's living at. So, yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, no more Department of Education, which is a good thing. Sure, the teachers union will freak out, but they'll learn to live
Well,
with
they
it.
They will, but
about everything, so it doesn't matter.
But that's like people when they saw the whole, they think the Project 2025 thing is really his idea or whatever. But part of it was like, oh, they were going to cut back on the Department of something to do with the Hurricane Center and whatnot. I'm like, guys, do you think meteorologists will just cease to exist if they cut the department?
Their
Do you think
hyperbole
the
is
schools
hilarious.
just
They're
just disappear? Like
They're all
it just
chicken little.
means if you get rid of stuff at the federal level, just means you need to fund your own crap at the state level. That's all it means.
Ask Ron DeSantis how he does it.
That's all it means, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. That man prepares for hurricanes like nobody's business. You know, he pays
but they
linemen
acted
to come
like-
from all over.
They were like, we won't be able to track the hurricanes. I'm like, the meteorologists still exist.
And their
Every local
meteorologists.
news channel has them. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, they look at the National Hurricane Center for some guidance, but a lot of times they're wrong.
Sometimes they just go outside,
So-
or they call the other places that it's already at and say, "Hey, which way is it heading?"
Or they look at their technology that they all have.
Yeah. I just the ridiculous of it now is all the, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. No, it's not. He's not going to round up journalists. He's not going to,
He could, but he's not gonna.
Every time, if somebody brings up Project 2025, I just want to be like, all right, it's 900 something pages. What page is that on?
Yeah.
If it's in there, show me.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I skimmed it. It wasn't that scary.
Of course not. And I don't know. I'm just thankful that we have Vance because he's got a cool head. Excuse me. And he'll be a good vice president and he's smart. And I'm really looking forward to 2028 if Newsom runs to see Vance kill him in a debate.
Oh, Lord.
Because, you know. So what are you working on, Ames?
I'm attempting the baby hat to match the blankets that I finally finished.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I was thinking if I just do a rib, you know, knit purl, it'll stretch so that they, you know.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause they're
Absolutely.
gonna probably be early. Hopefully not, but triplets, you know, not
Triplets,
likely
yeah.
to date, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Kat, radar and Doppler still exist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there might be a movement for Kamala 2028, but there's no way in hell they're going to nominate
Oh,
her.
well, have fun with
She's
that.
done. She's done for. She couldn't even win when she was in position as vice president. There's no way. They'll move totally away from her.
Because by then, AOC should be old enough.
I heard that there's a young Kennedy that they're getting behind.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good looking, you know, strong liberal Kennedy.
Ugh.
So,
No, thank you.
Therese, what are you making? Or what have you been making?
Shh. Hang on. I just started a row. Stop the row. I have a faux.
Yay.
Oh, all right.
I have 2 socks.
Woohoo.
Oh, I love those.
Thanksgiving
I like
socks.
What yarn is that?
It's called A Busy Life. I think her shop is
Oh, I know her yarn. Yeah, she's very sweet.
and then the orange is Ultra Alpaca Light Barocco.
Oh, nice.
I have 2 skeins of that, so there's going to be a lot of orange heels and toes in my future.
Well,
Fine.
Orange Man, good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm working on my second one of these.
Very nice.
Did the heel today and working on
Oh, I
it.
like that.
I would have had it done, but I started. Oh, it's way over there. I started something else. I'll show it next week because it'll be done.
Ah.
That's
Well,
fine.
I have a finished object.
No sweater. Because you know.
As you know, I had the terrible saga with my sleeves
Mhm.
on my sweater. So I
Mhm.
got the Earth
Emily.
Earth yarn. It's self-striping. It's their Christmas colorway.
Ooh.
And so I got that and I reknit my sleeves and I tested it beforehand, so it color should not. So I just need to get a button and then it will be done. So
Good.
Look, that looks good.
colors not as I liked the other color,
It's not as
green,
grinchy,
but
but it's okay.
it's
But
okay.
if you're gonna use Grinch green, you're not gonna also use some kind of white too.
I
'Cause I
know.
like Grinch green with the red and the white. That kind of makes it
Mhm.
all Grinchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, my socks. I'm
So
going to
that
do
looks like
next.
a good regular Christmas sweater.
exactly. And then I'm working on my daughter's, which I'm on the pockets now.
That's pretty.
So, and the pattern's kind of a mess. It's a free pattern. Even the few people who made it had problem with sizing, so it's not just me. So we decided to go against buttons on it and just have it open front. And then I just have to knit the inside of the pockets and then it'll be done. And then I should be finishing my Christmas hat, but it's in the other room. So I just have this hat I just started with Potions through
that's
Ghoulish
pretty.
colorway.
So we need
And
to
it's just
make along for Trump's inauguration.
I was going to say that. Ah!
Well, do you want to put the baby hat thing back a month or two and do something for Trump's inauguration instead? Knit something in orange or red.
I don't know. You could combo them. I don't know. You know.
Make little baby hats
No.
for Trump.
But
I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
can
We'll
push
think
it back.
Think about it.
Because we're always doing baby stuff
Inauguration-
anyway.
Oh, by the way, Inauguration Day is on a Monday.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We can be festive.
we shall see. We can be festive.
Mhm.
So yeah, I have to send Neil my cowl pattern for the next blocked issue. I think it's due in like 2 days, but I'm sure I'll get it there before it comes out. Because but yeah, so that's all I've been working on. It was very sad. I was very sad with the bad sleeves, and then I pulled them out the other day and reknit them because I knew if I didn't go ahead and do it, I wouldn't go back and do it,
Yeah,
and I
you'd
would
be
never
mad.
wear it. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that was a bummer. I did get a new bucket though to block, but this one's got a drain on the bottom, so you can open it up and drain all the water. So it makes it a lot easier to push out the water of a bigger project. So that was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, because all I was using was a big plastic bowl, and it really wasn't big enough. And
Yeah.
so
I just use I have to put it in the tub, but if it's a big project, then I have to squeeze it out in the tub, and then try to put it on top of towels and squeeze it dry there. And then lay
exactly,
it somewhere and
yeah. This way I can just soak it in this bigger bucket, and it's collapsible too, so it doesn't take up room. I can just
That's
leave it in the
cool.
laundry room on a shelf. So.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was. I wanted to get my daughter's thing done, and then I have some Christmas gift hats I have to knit. But I'm still waiting for my son to tell me what color he wants for his former coworker. He told me to do her and her 14-year-old daughter the same, but I don't know that a 14-year-old's going to want the same color as their mom.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
So I don't know. So I'm going to try and do some kind of purples, I think, because he said she liked purple, something that's coordinating but not the same. So I have to dig through yarn and figure that out. But I did decide what colors I'm going to do. I am going to do the Stephen West knit along, not the hybrid knit along, but the last one, the M cow, because Shauna's and yo-yos are absolutely stunning. And so I'm going to do that, but not till next year. So I'm going to use this from Stash, and then this. Just do
cool.
really contrasty.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
And this is just cheap Malabrigo that I got a long time ago on sale that I got for something else and didn't use, because that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
What wool wash do you use? You guys use sock, soak, Eucalyptus? I use both. I use the soak
Whatever.
when I get the little packets, but I have a bottle of Eucalyptus. Hey, Joe Bob.
Whichever one Lynn sends with her yarn orders.
That too. Those are, I use hers. But
I'm currently out, so I have to use just shampoo.
Joe Bob uses soak.
I do have hands like a cold pressed soap that I use sometimes if I don't have the other stuff, and I just let it suds over and do its thing.
I have a bottle that I've had a really long time, so eventually I'll have to replace it.
Look, Joe. Look, I'm making a hat. Look, Joe. It's gold.
Look, Joe, I'm also making a hat.
Look at
Stop
both of
making
them at the same time. What are you making,
There you
Teresa? Hold it up so she can
Make
see
them
it real
sock.
good.
Look, sock.
Look, Joe.
Sock.
Look, Joe. Look real close. She's flipping off the
Poor
camera.
Joe. She's
I'm
been
sure
working so hard. Bless her
She
heart.
works hard for the money.
Oh,
Did you just call her a hooker?
For the money.
she
Is
didn't.
that
She
what
didn't
that
say
song's
how.
about? Wait, is
Have
that
you
what
never
that
seen
song's
the
about?
video? Have you never seen the
No.
video?
No.
She's young.
I'm
Yeah.
25. I'm not that young.
You're not the MTV generation.
Yes, well, I am, but we couldn't afford it.
She
We
said a
didn't
great
have it.
sock. She said very nice, ooh, pretty, great sock, and laughing at Amy. So the usual.
We all do. So
Yeah. Just a reminder, you guys, December 6th will be our Christmas party podcast.
woohoo, party.
So hopefully we'll have a full house of fun friends. Oh, this one's for you, Therese.
I'm sure. Do you count your leg rows on your? Yes, I do. I never used to, and then I saw her do it, and it makes it go faster for me. It's kind of like when you.
I do it.
Yeah.
I do it like every 20 rows, and then I flip to the other sock and do 20 rows, and then I go back and forth. So when I finish the cuff on the first one, all I have is the cuff on the second one
Yeah.
or the toe, and then it's just done.
Yeah.
I've been doing 2 pairs of socks like that. Like
When I do socks, that's what I pretty much. I don't put the markers necessarily, but I prefer to use self-striping yarn. So then it's however many.
Well, then it's
do another
yeah.
stripe.
you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to count it. I just I got to this stripe and then go to the other one.
I did make a purchase today, but that's only because Knit Picks had their $2, $4, and $6 yarn.
I did buy
And I got-
Felici, so
I got some the sport weight so I can make my pressed flowers sweater next year
Ooh, okay.
because they had the sport weight on sale for $4 a skein. So for
Nice.
$40, you know,
yeah.
I went ahead and
That's
got
not
it's
bad.
some neutral color. I don't know what the flowers are going to be yet, but that's a ways away. So
I did cave and get Felici, and then I sent a message to Joan of Mama Nevin because she's been waiting for it to come out. I'm like, it's out, it's out. She's like,
I know.
be right
I
back.
saw that.
Joe puts her markers too. They had some what is it, the self-striping one, not the self-striping but the color wavy one,
They had a gradient one.
chroma. They had chroma. They had a
Oh.
lot of the chroma on
They
sale
had a
for
lot of chroma, but
$4.
they had a new
Oh,
one.
I love chroma.
They had a new one I did get, and I got like 3 of called Visions.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't
And
get
it's
any of it.
like a fading gradient kind of thing.
Mama Nevin immediately ordered.
As soon
I
as I
did-
messaged her, I was like, it's out, it's out, it's out.
I did send a link to one of the sock yarns to Tabitha because it was called Cabot Cove.
Ooh.
So I
Wait.
sent that to her.
Oh, Felici
What-
is called Cabico?
No, I think it was one of the static ones.
Oh, I didn't look. Oh,
But
I have
but the
so
name,
much-
that's cool.
It made me-
I bet you about it.
so I had to send it to her, you know.
Yeah.
But that I only
Yeah,
got
I
the
got
sport
about-
weight.
I got about halfway through Mama Nevin's podcast today, and then my boss came back from lunch, so I had to turn it off.
How rude!
I know.
Doesn't he know that his annoyances has caused you to need the break of watching podcasts at work?
He just I won't say anything that's because this is the internet. It's forever, so let's just we'll just leave it at that. But yes. So how's everyone adjusting to the time change? Because that's still throwing me off.
It didn't really hit me till yesterday when it was dark at like 3:00.
Is it really
And then-
that early there? That's
No, it
Oh,
starts
5.
getting dark around 4 to 5, but by
30.
7:00, it felt
Yeah.
like it had been dark for hours.
It's
Yeah,
dark.
when I-
And
Oh yeah, I mean when I left work at 4:30, which actually we left like 4:20, it was that sun is setting behind the trees.
Mhm.
Your lights on your car automatically come on dark enough.
Mhm.
And I was just like, this sucks. Like if you have to run any errands or do anything, it's like, and I don't mind the dark because okay, that means let's go home and stay home and not go anywhere, which I do anyway. But if it's gonna be that dark, I want it to be cold. I don't want to have to wear spaghetti straps and have my air conditioner on.
I did wear a sweater out today. That's the first time.
Ugh. Nope.
So
It was 80 something degrees today.
it was only 60 this morning when I went out. So
I have a harder
I
time
still
with
have-
the springtime change than the
Oh
fall.
yeah, that sucks more. That sucks
That
way
one
more.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Emily, my son hates it too. He goes to work in the dark and comes home in the dark.
Yeah,
Because
that
he goes in
sucks.
at 8 and gets off at 5:30. Yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. Like, I mean, my son's out the door at 5:40 a.m.
Mm.
to get to the shop for 6, and then they don't get back to the shop till probably like 4 o'clock most days.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. But it is nuts.
but I am glad that hurricane season is coming to a close, and then one day soon, for about a day, it'll be fall, and it'll be great. So
Amy will make gumbo again,
I will.
and she'll pull out her one cardigan
My
and put
one
it on.
cardigan, my one flax sweater, and my favorite pair of socks. I started giving away socks because I'm like, I don't need all these socks. First of all, I have hot flashes. Second of all, I have wood floors that if I wear the socks on, I will die on. So I have to wear slippers. So I only wear the socks if it's like really, 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 really
Ooh.
cold. So
Oh,
that never happens. So
Joe's going on a road trip. She's taking off Monday work and going on a road trip on Friday.
ooh,
Ooh.
where's she going?
Saints won with their new coach, Amy.
I know, it was great. I almost didn't watch, and it was very painful. And we almost did win, but and I will say, for those that get it, there were several gas stations in New Orleans that for the Falcons fans to fill up on their way out. It was $2.83, so it was 28-3.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's
like,
funny.
that's a level of
Clever.
petty. That is a level of petty that I can approve of.
Mm-hmm.
That is very petty and hilarious at the same time. Yeah, our buddy Neil was driving this weekend. I don't know how far he was driving, but maybe,
Oh, he needs a week off to get over that.
probably.
Electrolytes, IV. Yeah.
Poor baby.
I mean, he could have gone more than 50 miles,
Oof.
He's precious.
I would, yeah, just different worlds.
Look, I love our harem leader, so I'm no shade.
I know. We're all under his thrall, right? Isn't that
I
what
mean,
they say?
Yeah.
Don't like harems like get a paycheck or something though? Isn't
There's
there like
got to be
perks?
some benefit.
I mean, I don't have a palace or a
Somebody
robe
feed
or
me
anything
grapes,
yet,
or
No
We
servants
feed
or
him the
anything.
grapes. We have to feed him the grapes,
I
but
need somebody to fan me with the.
no, that's us. We're supposed to do the thing.
No, I'm not doing.
That's
No,
the harem.
no, he's not having hot flashes. No, I'm not doing that.
Exactly. Hot flashes are a real thing. I was explaining that
God,
to
I
my
woke up
husband the other day.
drenched last night. In the middle of the night, I just was like, and my husband's over there with like 4 blankets on. We were watching
Cooling
football
blanket.
yesterday. Yesterday we were watching football. He had like the blanket around him, like this, like a little old man. And I'm like,
Yep.
he's
Exactly
like,
how it is
"Turn
at my
the air
house."
up." I'm like, no, put on more clothes.
Yeah, I know. We had that fight the other day. I'm like, I had to buy a new cooling blanket because mine's so old it doesn't work as well anymore.
Mm.
And I'm in this little thin cooling blanket, and he's got 2 blankets wrapped around him. I'm like,
That's what this thing is. It's like a dress that's supposed to be that cooling
mhm.
material, which actually works pretty good. That's a nifty website for the menopause ladies. I think it's called 32degrees.com, I
I'll
think.
check it out. I'll check
And
that
they're
one out.
relatively like inexpensive. It's like you can get little, dresses and shirts for $6, $7, $8. I'm like, this is like, this
Yeah.
what do they call it? They make the racerback ones, and stuff. I mean, I'm not
Mhm.
in my bra here, people. It's a dress. But they have warm ones too. So I bought some stuff for my son because he works outside. So I bought some of like the thermal, kind of things.
Yeah, my father-in-law has the heated vest for when he's working outside in Utah.
But they're relatively, I mean, they're not super expensive they're not fancy clothes. They're just shirts and pants and, dresses. But
None of us wear fancy clothes.
no, I mean, I want to be cool. I don't want to be fancy. I want to be temperature cool. We all know I'm not cool. So that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Oh, they're
that,
having an anniversary sale. 70%
like that.
off.
They're relatively cheap. I'm telling you. Like that meme that says that's like the meme that's like to all the people who wrote in my high school yearbook, "Stay cool." I've got bad news for you.
Nope.
No. Whoa, that's crazy. Mom and
What?
Evan saw gas for under $5 in Cali.
What?
Wow.
Truck's
Whoa.
already fixing it.
Joe's going to a music fest. She's going to drive all the way up the coast to drop one back to Muni and come home. Might go to the beach
Cool.
at hand out sunglasses for my lily white glare.
All right.
Aw, here you go, Ames.
You're cool. I love you, Pink, but that's a low bar. We still have not watched Star Trek. My husband has not brought it up. I'm very surprised because I got the yarn from Lynn. I got the Knit Long and Prosper, which I don't know what I'm making with that. So if anybody else has got it and you know what you're making and you have suggestions, I will take them.
I'm gonna knit a cowl with mine.
But I was thinking, but I don't know what. Just the plain. Maybe I'll do the Murder Knits cowl, or do I do something striped? I don't know. I haven't decided.
Oh wow. I get
guess
a
I could
free
do
tote.
I guess I could do this. So, tell your husband sorry. Making you buy things. I guess I could do like long stretches of the solid color and then the stripes.
Mm-hmm. Mine's gonna be color work, but I'm
Yeah,
not
you
quite
don't
sure how I'm gonna put the pattern on there.
know. You don't know.
Sorry, Anne couldn't come because she's battling with fruit flies.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my
Lord,
God.
she may.
I feel like
That's
that's
why
a
I'm
story.
sitting here doing this. Between
Yeah,
the
I hate fruit flies.
and the house flies, which are
Oh,
terrible.
I thought you were reacting to her writing an episode by episode review of the OG series, not the fruit flies.
Wait, what?
She's writing an episode by episode review of the OG series. Only you, Anne, and I'm sure
Of
you'll
course
enjoy
she
doing
is.
it.
Of course she is.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I've never really had fruit flies. I don't know if that's just not a thing down here because we have so many other bugs that like to kill us, or we never have our windows open. Maybe that's the thing. And I wash
Yeah,
my
we don't
most
have
of my
ours open.
I wash most of my fruit and vegetables when they come in the door, so maybe that's it.
I don't have any fruit.
It's usually not your actual fruit. It's usually like your disposal or your sinks or something like that.
Yeah, it might be. I need to
Or your
pour some
trash.
down the sink or
You
something.
need to clean those sinks out, Ann. If you have disposal, you need one of those disposal cleaner things. And
Mhm.
oh, I hit my move bar by knitting. Love it. Love when that happens.
She's thinking of doing some cabled socks with the stripes at the top with Knit Along and Prosper yarn. That'll be cute.
It is cute. I'm not that fancy, so not that fancy.
I did get the fingering weight, so mine should be here tomorrow. The
I
next
got
day.
DK, so that's just been my go-to lately. Because I have a short attention span, and
Yeah.
which I have been getting packages in the mail. Thank you, people, for your contributions to the babies. Somebody actually, and I forget who, I don't remember because of my short-term memory loss. Somebody wrote "for the babies" on the box. It was great.
Yeah, I need to send
Yeah,
you.
you
I
need to-
got a bunch of stuff I need to mail out, but yeah, it's her sink. She got some
Yep.
Drano apple cider vinegar with a drop of dish soap
Yes.
for fruit flies.
Yes.
Mhm.
I got to say I was very happy that I got the burnt off my cast iron
Yeah.
oven because luckily the baking soda and the dish soap, when I let it sit, was able to scrub it off without ruining the porcelain.
So was it an enameled one or an actual?
Yeah,
like,
it's an enameled one. A regular one when I went.
It
No,
wasn't
no.
like the actual black cast iron.
No. This one's enameled, and
Yeah, those are easier to clean.
yeah, but I didn't want to, scrub it with the
Somebody
metal
said
to get the.
eraser. I don't know if it works.
I have one of those, but I tried the baking soda first, and it
Yeah.
worked. So
I'll tell you what, that Dawn Power Wash stuff works. I'm telling you,
I have some right over there.
It's I don't know what's in it, but it works.
And I found a recipe on Pinterest where you can make your own.
I have seen that.
And
But
I'm
I'm
thinking
lazy.
about doing it when I run out because, that stuff's 5 something,
It
The
is.
store has really cute things.
Sorry, I sent you down the rabbit
Well,
hole.
I just went to the website so I wouldn't forget it later. So I wouldn't forget the name.
I mean, but they're
so.
reasonably priced. They're not like ridiculously expensive.
No,
You
they're
would think
not.
something that's like, because they're not all necessarily like, it's not like they're heat regulating, but they're made of a more cooler, breathable fabric.
Right. But, yeah.
Be right back. I have to
So-
explain to my husband why he doesn't have dinner.
He'll be fine. He's a grown up.
He'll
He can figure it out.
tomorrow, I think.
Hopefully my daughter put dinner in the oven because I put it together. I just need her to cook it.
We had spaghetti squash.
Ooh, yum.
Marinara.
We're having baked Alfredo with chicken
Nice.
because, need some pasta every now and again.
Every now and again.
Not as often as I used to. I've cut way back on stuff like that, but
Can't
I
it.
do it every once in a while.
Well, I mean, nowadays you have to because you can't afford to buy meat.
Nope.
You got to fill
Nope.
things in.
Yeah. I've been doing actually a lot more sausage than ground beef because ground sausage is cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a pound of ground sausage for like $3.99. So that's cheaper than a pound of ground beef, which is $5.99 or more.
Wow.
So I still have some beef in my freezer, but we're going through it faster than I would like.
Yeah, me too.
You got to eat.
You gotta eat.
I did make your smash burger tacos. I loved them.
Aren't they amazing? They are
Mhm.
so good.
Yeah, I told my son about it. He might make them using the ground turkey that he makes his turkey burgers out of.
Yeah, you can use any,
Because I guess ground turkey has more protein than ground beef.
Yes.
Who knew?
You can't tell the difference, really. It's not that beefy, but guess what? A lot of beef nowadays doesn't taste beefy. So
Yeah,
I love those things, though. They're so good.
they were very good. I liked them a lot.
It's just something a little different from a hamburger,
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, if you're doing low carb, you can get the keto tortillas, or if you're doing gluten free, you can do the gluten free tortillas.
Yeah. We just did regular ones that I had at home, but
Mm-hmm.
it was good.
Yeah.
That's why deer season is important. Yeah, we don't have hunting near us. We'd have to go up to northern Nevada, and my husband's on oxygen, so it's not something he can go do anymore right now. So, but I wish we had some extra meat.
No.
But that's when you eat
will.
other things like rice and other
We will
things to
soon.
stretch it out. Yeah, things are going to get better because they have to.
National Nightmare is almost over.
I mean, it's going to take a while for some things
It's
to
going to
change.
take
I'm
a
not,
while. I know
I'm not
it's
naive enough to think otherwise, but
No.
it'll still, it's
but
a
it's
good
not
start.
going to get
and
worse.
No.
I don't think.
some things might get a little worse till they settle in.
Yeah.
But
It's not
I'm just
another 4 years of dread.
no, and it's not worrying about what you say that somebody might come after you anymore because now we're the majority. So say what you want kind of thing anymore. So, but
All right, plot twist. One kid was home, and he probably could have heard the timer going off to tell me that the rice was burning, but he did not. But it's okay. They'll live.
they will. They're adults. They'll live.
They are. Well, they're 2 out of 3
Well,
adults.
one's up.
So
Yeah, the other one's close though.
he's close enough.
They have things
and
they can eat.
They don't eat red beans rice anyway, so it's only Paul. My children have failed me miserably because they don't eat any.
Were they switched at the hospital or something? Like
They
that?
won't eat any Louisiana food except jambalaya. So I reject thee
want-
with my soul. But and That is not my normal red beans and rice. So I will admit that's my lazier red beans and rice, but it didn't come out of a can. I've done that before.
Oh my goodness, Joe is really going for it with her meal.
Double chocolate
What?
chip scone.
Custard and banana slices for lunch, and then double chocolate chip scones. Sounds like a plan. It'll give you lots of energy.
I have half of a
minute.
gluten-free nothing bundt cake. Those little nothing bundt cake stores. I have a half of a gluten-free one in my fridge. That's the rest of my dinner tonight. That'll work for me. Thank you, Joe, for that inspiration.
Cake for dinner.
Yep.
Her personal chef has gone and gotten himself a real job somewhere else.
Oh no.
How dare he?
It happens, sadly.
Yep.
So, you got plans for Thanksgiving, Amy?
Survive.
Same.
I know it sounds horrible, but it's just us and my husband's parents, which is now just his mom. So it's kind of funny because that is my least home cooked meal all year long, because I never hardly use, and no shame to people that do, because I hear you, but I generally don't ever use canned vegetables. I sometimes use frozen vegetables, but I rarely use canned, unless I'm making like a stew or soup or just dump it in the crock pot kind of thing, And then my husband only wants stovetop stuffing. He doesn't want dressing. They don't want homemade cranberry. They only want canned cranberry, and it must be the jelly kind.
I'm okay with.
I like the jelly kind,
Meat.
but so the only thing
I
I
like-
actually cook is the turkey. Everything else is just heated up.
I like the jelly time, but I like, real cranberry sauce too.
I like them
I love a
too.
good recipe.
I do too, but the one year I tried to make it, they about revolted. So
Really?
Well,
it is the least home cooked meal I make all year long.
we're going to my husband's sister's in Utah, and I haven't been told what to bring. Usually it's something I don't want to do, and then they complain about it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. My son's having a Friendsgiving with his roommates and some friends. So he wants me to make him a couple pies. So I'll probably do that. But I don't know when that is either. So,
I don't even make pie anymore because my father-in-law was the only one that liked pumpkin pie. I'm the only one that liked pecan pie.
I like pecan pie.
I know, but I'm not making a whole pecan pie for me because I don't need that. So
my mother-in-law started getting a bunch of Marie Callender's pies. She sometimes will make homemade apple if we really beg her, because she makes a really good homemade apple.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do it every year.
So I'm not gonna lie, the first true empty nest Thanksgiving we have, my butt better be at the beach with pizza and wine in my hand. That's my only expectations. So
Tin corn heated up with butter and salt and pepper. That's true. Canned corn can be good.
Yeah.
It can. I agree, but I generally speaking don't use a lot of canned vegetables.
No, I don't.
I don't use a lot. I use canned tomatoes.
Well, yeah,
more than anything else.
When they're not ingredients in the dish, it's not like I generally open a can of vegetables and it's the side dish.
I grew up with that.
Ingredient in the dish.
Yeah.
And that's because when I was growing up, my mother didn't know how to cook, so she literally would just open a can of peas and plop it down, and that was your side dish. Like she didn't know how to jazz it up.
Yeah, my mom, we did canned peas and canned green beans, and
that's
even though sometimes
they didn't.
And in the summer, she would do fresh green beans and then stew them down to nothing like the Southerners do. And
but like my dad didn't eat vegetables fresh unless they were fried. So he fried everything. So it was either canned or fried. So I didn't know how to healthy cook vegetables to make them taste good till I was an adult. So
same.
Once I learned how to roast vegetables, I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, I know. It's like, whoa.
Like this is what broccoli tastes like?
I had never had broccoli till I moved to New Jersey, because it wasn't a thing in North Carolina when I was growing up.
Oh, really?
It wasn't a big vegetable there at the time.
Yeah.
We moved to New Jersey, went to school, and my brother came home raving about this vegetable with cheese sauce they had at school lunch. And
it's a new sensation.
So my mom started making broccoli.
That's funny.
I didn't know you could eat a lot of things. I didn't know you could eat seafood that wasn't fried until I moved to New Jersey because
Yeah.
that's how we eat it in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
calabash
Yeah,
style.
we
Everything is
mostly
fried.
fried, yeah. Except for the crabs, yeah.
It's like, what is this broiled stuff?
I'm picky about fish, so I generally only eat salmon and like one of the guys who retired from work, he brought us some trout today, speckled trout today.
Mm.
Because I'm really, really picky about like the bones. Like there can't be, even though
Mhm.
there are
Oh,
teeny
yeah.
tiny bones in it. So you got to clean it really, really,
Yeah.
really, really good. So
I
Yeah,
don't like
I-
real fishy fish.
That's why I don't
Yeah.
like perch. We used to have perch growing up, and I hated the bones.
Now, see, they have perch here, but it's not real bony. It's weird. Unless the way they fillet it.
it definitely depends on who cleans it and how good they are at it.
Because
So.
it's huge
Yeah.
here. Cod and perch. Perch is very big here.
I love cod.
And walleye, yeah.
I know when my dad took us to South Carolina one year, me, my brother, and his kids, and my sister and her daughter, we'd gone out to a seafood place, and the other kids, they were not very experimental eaters, so the only thing they'd eat was like the popcorn shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are like, "Can we have the glazed salmon?"
Yeah.
And then this is when they're little, and my dad's like, "What?" I'm like, "They like salmon. Sorry,
That's
how
my
my-
oldest.
Yeah.
Like
we
you'll
eat
take
salmon
him
at
to a
home."
steak. You'll take him to a steakhouse and he's gonna order salmon. He loves fish. So
That's okay.
me, I'm like, give me all the fillets. All
Give
the
me a good
time.
ribeye.
I
Yeah,
like filet.
I like a petite filet mignon, but I,
I
can't
don't like
afford it.
bones
So
in my meat. Insert the joke yourself. I'm
Joe can
tired.
insert it.
I'm tired. I don't have all the jokes in me today. Sorry.
My daughter did do ribs on the smoker last week, and because we got them on sale, and they were very good.
Hmm.
So I'll have to get some again when they go on sale because they were cheaper than ground beef.
Mm.
They were $2.99 a pound.
Hmm.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah, I
like,
haven't done very many ribs because it's really hard to find beef ribs. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
possible, but it's hard.
Yeah.
they only have them like towards in the winter here. We don't see them much in summer. Beef
Mm.
ribs.
Oh, we have summer.
They have St. Louis and Baby back like all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I only get them when they're on sale. 'Cause,
Another good thing for your Instant Pot.
Mm-hmm.
remember,
Yeah, they're good in the Instant Pot. And then you just throw them on the grill or in the oven to, finish them off.
I need to do more Instant Pot recipes because I tend to use it for like
Do-
rice or one little soup thing or something. I just don't use it for a whole meal
I
kind
will
of thing.
send you recipes.
Do that.
what's bad is when we were little and we would go to South Carolina for vacation to Myrtle Beach. My brother and I didn't eat seafood when we were little, so we'd always order a hamburger at the seafood place, and my sister would order fried chicken, and it would take forever to come. So by the time our food came, my parents' fish was cold, and they would get so mad. And it wasn't until that we discovered shrimp that we'd eat anything seafood because I
Yeah.
hated perch and flounder because of all the bones.
Yeah.
And then we moved to New Jersey, and my mom learned how to boil fish, and that was a game changer.
Boil fish?
Broil.
Oh,
broil.
broil. Okay, I thought you said
Yeah, I
boil.
was thinking boil. What do you boil?
No,
fish for?
broil, and then I
Broil.
was like,
Sounds
oh
like something
wow.
horrible Neil would say is amazing, and we should all try it.
Put it on mashed potatoes.
Boil your fish and put it on some potatoes. It's fine.
And peas. Don't forget the
Put
peas.
brown gravy on it.
The peas
And
that look
some
like baby vomit. Like, what is that about? What is wrong with your peas?
Oh, Miss
they call
Chippy just learned how to
Peas.
steam can in her Instapot.
Ooh, I've never tried that.
Oh, I haven't done that. I use my big canner.
I don't can anything because I've never learned how to properly do it, and I don't really have enough space for it. And again, I'm really picky. I'm picky, and they're picky, and I don't think they need a lot of canned stuff. So
Yeah, I don't have space to put it where we are now. And my kids are picky too. They like fresh vegetables.
I just did it
Dose.
a bunch 2 years ago, just in case things went sideways, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boiled shrimp and beer with Old Bay is good.
Old Bay, now
You
you're
can
talking.
boil shrimp.
Now you're talking. The seasoning of my people.
I would love to see you come down here, Teresa, and be like, "Yeah, can you give me some of that Old Bay?" And they'd be like,
I carry it in my purse, honey. But you know what? I will
Like
use
Hillary in the hot sauce.
whatever. I use Tony's. I use Slappy Mama. You know, it's all good.
Joe doesn't like poached cod. I don't like poached cod either.
"No, I don't
Like
like
boiled
poached
cod.
anything."
No, the only thing I ever poach is like chicken breast sometimes and chicken broth, to shred them later if I don't want to cook it in something else. But
Yeah.
usually I just throw a bunch of them in the crock pot and let them cook down and then shred them.
Right.
Which I
Harrison's-
convinced my son to do last week for his food prep. He was like, "Oh, I'm
Harrison's taking
making."
over the salmon cooking. He makes a brown sugar glaze on the salmon.
Yum.
So now every time I make salmon, I'm like, "Yo, do your thing." Mama's gonna make the sides. You go prep the salmon.
I did my salmon. I've been doing my salmon in the air fryer
Mm.
with a glaze
is
on
good.
it, and it's
Yeah.
so easy.
Yeah.
Started using my air fryer for more than just heating stuff through.
Yeah, I use it for more. I definitely use that for vegetables a lot.
Yeah, I do French fries and onion rings, and I've done broccoli in there.
It makes
Wings.
good green beans.
You have to make wings in the.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good.
It's the best way to make wings, because
You
you
can make
get
a really easy beef and broccoli in there because you do all the beef first and then put it to the side, and then you do the broccoli and just mix it all back up in there at the end with the sauce and everything. Depending on what kind of, I have the air fryer with the basket. I guess that wouldn't work with the kind that's a shelf, but I have the
No,
basket.
I don't have shelf. I have basket.
I have the basket with a handle that pulls out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think some of them are like shelves, so they almost
Yeah.
look like a tray would slide in it, you know?
What else?
Yeah.
Oh, Bang Bang Chicken. Ooh, really good.
Ooh. I
And
love
let's
Chinese
face it,
food.
the sauce is the best part. You know.
Yeah.
I've been doing my burgers in the air fryer when Jason doesn't grill them
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because it's less messy than doing them on the stove.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless it's the smash tacos.
Well, I know. I need to make some more smash tacos. Those are good.
Those were very good.
I want to make some Big Mac ones.
Ooh, Big Mac salad's my favorite salad.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell I'm hungry.
I know, right?
So if
Just a
nobody's
little
made
bit.
Big Mac salad, you need to make that.
Big Mac salad. Yeah.
It's just that regular salad, but you put burger meat on it with
Mhm.
chopped pickles, sesame and onions, and light Thousand Island dressing on it. Delicious.
I got my son the other day because he meal preps and he'll cook 12 days worth of food. He'll do
Oh,
2
wow.
meals, and then each day he'll eat one of the meals or one of
Mhm.
each. So one he'll eat for lunch, one for dinner, and then he switches it the next day. And he's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I got to do all these chicken breasts." I'm like, "Throw them in your crock pot."
Yep.
I don't know. I'm like, "Throw them in your crock pot. Throw some salsa in. Throw them in your crock pot." And he
Mhm.
did, and then he shredded it and put it on salad.
Mhm.
And he was all excited. He's like, "That was such a good idea. It's so
Mm-hmm.
easy because I didn't have to do anything." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I got you the
Mhm.
crock pot.
Crock
Do
pot
things
is
in
the
the crock
best
pot."
thing. You just
Then teach him how to put the hand mixer in the crock pot full of cooked chicken, and then all you
Well,
it shreds
his
it all
his
for you.
roommate has one of those shredder things where you put it in the bowl
Oh.
and you twist it,
Oh
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
used
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He used that. Normally, I just do it with forks, but
Hmm.
because then that's easier than cleaning out the hand mixer blades.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was all excited. He's like, "Oh, this was so much easier." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So I told him about the smash burger tacos because he does ground turkey because it's more protein and he's all
Mhm.
about his macros and whatnot.
Mhm.
So told him he could do it with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
And throw some
he's
bacon.
been really good.
Sorry.
He's been really good. He's lost like 16 pounds, I think.
Wow.
That's good.
And then once he gets to a certain weight, then he's going to start doing muscle bulking.
Cool.
So we'll see. When you don't have a girlfriend anymore, you have time for these things. Which he said is probably a good thing because as expensive as he's paying for gas going back and forth to his new job, he can't afford a girlfriend right now.
That's one way.
So yeah, I said either that, you get one who lives right by you.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that'll be the new Trump slogan. Like, remember how it's like chicken in every pot?
Yeah.
Like
Girlfriend
every guy
one.
gets a girlfriend. You can afford gas to go see your girlfriend.
unless she's a crazy liberal woman, because then she's gonna
Well, then-
shun you.
Look for
Yeah.
the blue bracelet and the bald head.
Yeah, avoid those.
Yeah, I mean, it just cracks me up because they're so all like passionate about it. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, and who are you hurting? Because conservative guys aren't going to sleep with you anyway because you're not what
Right.
they're looking for.
Right.
But it's a good thing because if you're not, indiscriminately sleeping around, you're not getting pregnant, needing an abortion. So,
Right.
I have no problem with it.
Right. I know Emily made a video from Let Them Live, and it was like she was reacting to it, and it was like women are tracking their cycles and being responsible for their fertility.
Not
Okay,
possible.
that's a good
Not
idea. You should have been
awful.
doing that all along. Yay for you.
I know.
Welcome to adulthood.
Welcome to being an adult woman who's responsible for her body.
Shh, don't say that out loud.
It's
It's like, women be a little bit more discerning about who you get down and dirty with, and then you watch all these TikTok videos about how they're sad and lonely and they don't have love in their life. And you're like,
Because
do you not see why?
yeah.
It's like, I don't understand. I've worked so hard on myself and I'm the best myself I can be. And I don't understand why I don't have love. Like, well,
maybe
first off,
stop
you're
hoeing
talking about
around and then you'll find love.
and stop talking about yourself in the third person.
Yes.
Probably a good one. And like, it's like, really, you don't see? Maybe it's because you're so focused on you. Like, and this one, she's like, and I just need someone, I need, and it's, and all about what I want and I can need, and what I need is love. And someone in the comments, like, well, that's your problem. When you're in love with someone, there's a second person involved.
Yeah.
And it's not all about you.
You're not the main character anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these women are always going to be the main character.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're all sad because,
Yes,
they're
but it's up to
heroine
them if it's a main character in a horror film or a love story. So
that is true, but they're all unburdened now with Kamala. So
We're all unburdened.
we're all unburdened by what has been.
I hope Minnesota at least has seen what
I was just getting
Waltz
ready to
really
say.
is.
Thank God we don't have to see him anymore. Because I don't
He's a doozy.
He's a doozy. That's exactly the word for it. A doozy.
His wife's bizarre.
That wife of his, oh my God.
Like, yeah, I think she picked him because he wouldn't outshine her. Honestly, I think she intentionally picked somebody. Yeah, well, she thinks she's the smartest.
And flapping and prancing. He tried.
I know, and then he called out Elon Musk for it. Like, have you seen your own videos, dude?
Elon
Really?
was gay. I'm like,
But even if he is or isn't that okay?
Right, that's supposed to be, yeah.
Isn't that like a demographic that you're pandering to?
No,
because
that's not supposed to be an insult.
Not that kind.
Yes, but they're not pandering to gay people anymore. That's done. They can pander to trans people. Gay people don't count anymore, Amy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Get your scorecard up
Sorry.
there.
And besides, some of those gay people like Trump, so you got to cut them all off.
Absolute gall.
I watched some of Mikey's victory stream the other night.
Oh Lord.
And he played some clips, and because I hadn't been able to watch him in a while. Carrie came on later. I was texting her. I'm like, they're waiting for you to watch the reaction videos. Hurry up! And he was just so excited. It was just so funny.
Oh, I know.
To watch yet.
I think Trump should put Scott Presler in his cabinet.
Absolutely.
That man knows how to get things done.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw.
I don't think.
article. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell y'all. I saw an article on MSNBC and it was, I forgot, not or MSN, because it just popped up on my computer. And it was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but it was like the dangerous health, shoot, how was it worded? But it was like the top 5 dangerous health rhetoric that now the Trump administration or whatever. I forgot how it was worded, but it was like the dangers to our health with Trump in charge because, vaccine misinformation, RFK Jr. and their war on seed oils and so, like they're like going off on
We
like
like poison.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it's like
body of
it's
poison.
there's so much parroting of things. Like these people, if you were to ask them what's wrong with seed oils or why do you like seed oils, they couldn't tell you. But
Right.
because Trump doesn't like them, they must be good.
Right.
It's
Right,
like no, that's not how it works.
right.
Did you see that lady who got fired from an
Yes.
insurance company and
She's from
she
Michigan.
was a remote. Yeah, she was a remote worker, by the way. So it's not like she was coming into the office. She
Mm.
got fired for not getting the vaccine. She just won $12 million in her lawsuit.
Oh, nice. Well
Yeah.
done.
Michigan did
Good.
something right.
Yeah, it's not like
Good.
she was even coming into the office.
Mm-mm.
So
And that's what's so funny about the whole thing with Bobby Kennedy is it's like they're like, you're anti-vaccine. And it's like, how many times does the man have to explain? We're not against vaccines. We just want safe vaccines.
seems
Mhm.
Why is that so hard
Exactly.
for people
That's
to
what
understand?
Elon said too. Elon said
Like,
the exact same thing.
We
Actually,
just want
if you-
safe ones.
if you have time, go on YouTube. Jordan Peterson psychoanalyzed all of Trump's people. He did RFK, Tulsi, Elon, Vivek, and
Oh,
from a
really?
psychoanalyst. And it's really fascinating. Like
Yeah.
the personality traits and things that he saw and why they're good for what they do. And he really loved RFK. He just thought he was great. He was, I mean, he would point out their flaws too,
Right.
but it was really fascinating to hear him talk about them, especially Gabbard. He was really impressed with her. Like when she went on The View and called them out for lying about her, saying she was a Russian plant, like that. She confronted Joy about it, and Joy kept trying to change the
That's
subject and
awesome.
shut her down. And he was really impressed. He was like, she is definitely someone to watch because she really cares about the country.
Mhm.
He said, just sitting down and talking to these people like Rogan did.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
but it was
Rogan
really
Great.
fascinating to see what he got out of it, and he was very impressed with all of them. So I thought that was very cool. Because he sees things from a different perspective. Because he's from
right.
Commie Canada, so he knows how bad it can be.
Right.
Yeah, the superhero videos, Emily. That's what it was.
Okay.
But he did individual ones of each one.
Hmm.
And like he would point out that Vivek's very smart and has great ideas, but sometimes he needs to slow down. And so,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was really fascinating because you would never hear somebody from the left do that. Because
No.
I mean, y'all know Bobby Kennedy's my boyfriend, so I mean, I'm just glad people are finally paying attention to
well,
him
he's about to be
they
single again.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, his
Really?
wife hadn't been wearing her wedding ring since that whole texting scandal with that reporter.
Oh, I missed that.
Of course, it's
He's
not
a
the first
Kennedy.
time
Come on.
he's a Kennedy. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
genetic.
I missed
Yeah,
that.
so
that they were having issues.
His wife
but
hasn't been wearing her ring.
I'm surprised she's still around at this point because when all that happened with COVID, she like completely
I know.
cut out all of the social media with him. She pretended he didn't exist. Like it was a whole thing. I was like, really? That's ridiculous.
Isn't she a little old for his type too now? Because don't they usually start going younger, the Kennedys?
Well, they've been married for a while, but
I know, but she did. She threw him to the bus.
yeah, she did. She definitely.
I'm
I was shocked
surprised
they were still together.
I was shocked she supported him when he ran for president. I thought
Right,
for
me
sure she
too.
was going to leave him then. I mean, his family did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well.
no, I mean, the reason I like him is because people just think he just showed up out of nowhere, and it's like obviously everybody knew he was a Kennedy, but it's like, hello, he's the only person that's been listening to us for the last
He wrote
20
the
years.
book on Fauci. Like, come on.
But way before that, he was the only person that listened to us for the last 20 years when parents were begging for help, and I mean, he actually came to freaking Capitol meetings and movie screenings of Vaxxed and like
Mhm.
spoke out for our stupid state, and
Mhm.
he did it all across the nation.
Yeah. I think he really genuinely cares.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. And I'm like, people are like, well, he's an environmentalist. I'm like, okay,
But he
well,
doesn't
he
need to
wants,
be involved in that, you know.
but he's an environmental lawyer because he thinks you should have clean water to drink. I can't disagree with that.
No. We don't.
yeah,
Oh
my God.
I mean, it's not. Does he have belief systems maybe that I don't agree with? Sure, I don't care. He's not my Valentine. I wouldn't kick
oh
him out of
yeah,
bed for eating crackers, but
the rattlesnake
Yes.
one.
Yes.
oh,
And then
him
the
and
bear
stupid
one.
snakes.
Yeah.
I can't watch the snake videos. I'm like, stop pushing the snake videos.
I know. Ugh.
That is not
But
new. He's been doing that for a long time, and it drives me. I'm like, nah.
It looks to me like what Trump is doing now is he's picking people's best attributes and putting
Yes.
them here. Okay, you are very good
Seems.
about
Yes.
health stuff and vaccines, and
Right.
so we're going to put you over here with the FDA and Health and Human Services and that kind of thing.
I mean, he put a
But
regenerative farmer.
stay away from the whole environmental
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, don't go into the guns.
Stay over
You're not
here.
gonna be over there.
Stay on
Yeah.
this side of the building. Then
I did
very good.
yeah.
So you do this.
I did love his chief of staff pick, and people said
Yes.
that she's scary. They said
Yes.
she's scarier than any general that he appointed last time.
Okay.
She's a
But, like,
67-year-old grandma.
Isn't the
And
guy he wants over the Department of Ag? He's a regenerative farmer, right?
yeah,
Isn't that what he?
Yes.
I forget
think
his name.
so.
Somebody said his name, but
And the
Paul
borders
something,
are
Saul something.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy, the border guy.
I just think he did that just because. I don't think he would have had a border czar if they hadn't have made such a big deal about Kamala.
well, he's got to do something. So yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting, if nothing else.
Yep, it will be.
And people are going to have to. And the thing that won him this time is the silent voters who, were Democrats before, but has seen how awful things have been the last 4 years and have realized, you know what, I don't want that anymore. And they might not have had Trump signed, and they might not have,
Right.
gone on, but they're voting with their pocketbook.
Right.
I hate to quote a Bush, but it's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
It's how it always is.
Yeah.
It's the true quote liberals, not the progressives.
Right,
exactly.
Right.
It's the normal people, like Tulsi Gabbard, like Bobby Kennedy, like Elon.
Like all those Democrats in Michigan, who, I mean, there's a lot of people who,
right.
And those 2 Democrat congressmen who called out trans in sports, and now they're trying to get him to resign because, how dare he go against their policies? And he's like, look, women deserve to have safe sports.
Well, look at that. Look, they came out with that boxer in the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh,
and now it's like, oh yeah, he
theorists.
has XY and he has a micro thing, and yeah, it's a guy.
You were just a bunch of transphobic conspiracy theorists.
No.
Funny how that is.
Oh well.
I think a lot of things are changing. I think a lot of things that couldn't be done before are viable now because people don't have the control over things they did before. There's a lot of things that they've pushed through that they don't have control of anymore. And since it's been a popular vote that was a majority vote, they don't have the people to support it either. I mean, I did see that Massachusetts was going to start busing immigrants back to Texas. And that actually, I think Abbott helped win the election for him by doing that in the first place. When he and DeSantis did that, and all those rich liberals got offended, and then they started but then it became an issue where it wasn't an issue before, because to them it was out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
And now when they're having to deal with it, it's not that, covered up an issue. Meanwhile, Bill Clinton's running around. Oh yeah, Laken Riley. It's Kamala's fault that she got killed.
Yeah.
One of my favorite memes I saw on this is somebody put up the stat of how many Hispanic voters, Hispanic and Latin voters voted for Trump. And the person made the comment of like, "What the heck, y'all? What are you thinking? You're gonna get all deported." And some
No.
Hispanic guy underneath commented, he's like, "Dude, we're not all illegal. Like, some of
It was
us are
funny.
here on purpose, and we want to stay here on purpose, and we don't want other people coming in here who aren't here on purpose."
When
Well,
I was
this
in El
one I
Paso, the people, and it's mostly Hispanic living, they don't really want to talk about it,
No,
but they don't agree with it. They're just not
No.
gonna,
No.
they're not gonna talk about their own people or what. Except the thing is, it's not their people. And that's the thing.
Right. Well, what people are not realizing is a huge chunk of the people that are coming over are not Hispanic.
They're from
in any
168
way.
different countries.
Right. So
It's not just Mexico.
no.
I saw
So-
one TikTok where this woman who had voted for Trump, and she said people had come after her in her comments because, you're a person of color. They're going to deport you. And she goes, "Where? To Detroit? That's where I was born." She goes, "They're to Detroit." She goes, "They're to, or no, to Colorado." She's like, "Denver, to Denver." She's like, "To
Yeah.
Denver? Because that's where I was born. My parents legally immigrated here from Vietnam 30 years ago." She's like,
Right.
"I'm not afraid."
And stop
Somebody-
being racist.
I know,
Yeah,
somebody
pretty
was
much
like,
that was it too.
Somebody was like, "Deport Elon," and they were like, "He's a citizen, yo."
You know he's a citizen, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
There
now,
was an
yeah.
actual in real life person.
I love
That
how
I
these
know.
people are so smart. They're so much smarter than us.
Well,
yeah,
well, he
we're
did. I mean,
stupid.
he did come and not go to school. Instead, he started his business, and then later on, he got his citizenship.
Right.
So
It doesn't-
technically, he
as
was
long as you
illegal
follow
before.
the legal path. It doesn't matter what you
Well,
whatever.
he
That's how you
didn't.
get there.
He
But
didn't though,
yeah. But like
and
a person I know in real life, one of her old high school friends, had posted on social media here in our little town, and she's like, and I'll just say she lives near where I live, which is a fairly privileged part of town. Not that I'm privileged, but we're not in the inner city here.
You have
And
bottle
she actually posted.
and
She actually
mediums.
said, I'm afraid for my brother to leave the house tomorrow. This is the day after the election. Tomorrow, because I don't want to have another George Floyd incident. And it took everything in my power to
Is he-
not tell her to comment, well, is he planning on committing a crime?
Right.
And is he going to overdose on fentanyl? Because he
Right.
shouldn't do that.
Like, he's just going to school and work,
Is he
right?
going to
So
resist
he's
arrest?
he's
What's
gonna
he
be all right. Like, it's okay.
I-
Like,
I had read this in the news, and then I saw the police cam video. These women were on the side of a street doing Trump signs and getting cars to beep and whatever. This 80-something-year-old woman comes up to them,
82,
and
I
they're
saw her.
Hispanic.
Yes.
She's Hispanic, and she asks him, "How could you support him? You're brown."
I saw a different one. Oh.
And they're like, "Well, that doesn't matter." And she got in their face and she hit two of them,
oh geez.
Yeah, I saw
and they
yeah,
called
I
the
saw
cops
hers.
on her.
Yeah.
They called the cops on her, of course. And
Mhm.
she's all like telling her story how she was a teacher for years and she teaches against racism and it's horrible. And then this is what she says. She goes, "And I tell every black or brown person I come across, that it's wrong that they can't vote for him. And they're just so naive. They don't know any better."
Yeah, I saw that.
But she's the racist, but like, really? And the cops like, that's racist, right?
And the black woman and the Hispanic woman were like, they weren't even talking trash about her to the cops.
No,
They were
no, I
like,
know.
we don't want any trouble with anybody, and she's older, and we don't, they were so
Right.
nice about it.
I know. And the other woman who was with her crying about her abortion.
Yeah.
And they're like, they could care less. Like, you know what? That has nothing to do with this.
Can't
Your
put
abortion
your hands
story.
on people. Yeah.
Yeah. But she was just like, but they're just so naive. They don't know better. And I give the cops credit because none of them really went off on her. And they wanted to, because like, lady, you can't go up to somebody and say, you can't vote for someone because you're brown.
Right. That's called voter
That's
suppression.
like Kathy Hochul saying that black people don't know what computers are, like,
Well,
I saw that
And
stupid
she's-
meme, and it was the one where they were like, how we used to say you don't talk politics and religion,
mhm.
you keep those things quiet. And they were like, that's why we can't have the problems we have, because we can't have any discernment and conversation because we didn't learn how to talk about it. I'm like,
Exactly.
no, the difference is back in the day, yeah, the only way anybody ever knew who you were voting for is if you wanted to put a sign on your yard,
Right.
or if you went and, did to the campaigning things and stuff like that. Before the social media, nobody knew who you voted for, and
Nope.
nobody cared.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah.
this is social media is where you can spill everything you ever thought, and you think it's so important that everybody should hear you, that you think you need to scream at the top of your lungs everything. And I hate to break it to you, but I've asked numerous times the last week and a half, what are the rights we're losing? Why did you vote? Nobody's given me an answer.
No.
Yet
I
still.
don't have one.
And the few times that I've had interactions, they just shut down and don't answer me anything. And I'm like, okay, well, you just posted the meme that we can't discuss.
Right.
But you're not discussing.
Did you see the crazy woman who made the video about how she lost her father because he voted for Trump? And she's crying and calling out Trump. And he's the most important person in my world. Well, if he's the most important person in your world, you kind of should have known, what his beliefs were. And
Right,
Trump didn't take your father away. Yeah, Trump didn't take your father away. You're being a child. You did. And and the guy I was watching reviewing, he's like, so she had to film this while she was crying, choose to edit it, and then post it online. He's like, that's what's insane about these people with their crying. Like they,
if like oh wait, I wasn't crying hard enough in that one. Let me do it again.
I wonder has Josh Slocum done a show about those people? Because that would
be should.
I saw a new video pop up either the last day or so, but I didn't catch what it was.
I wonder because that's right up his alley. Why these people feel the need to go on their phone while they're crying.
Right.
Well, Tyrus says it's only when there's a camera.
Yeah.
They're fine unless there's a camera,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like normal people don't do that. That's why.
Right.
They're the same women complaining about how men don't want them. Well, let's see, lady, if you're treating your own father that way,
right?
Yeah.
Why would anybody, want to have anything to do with you? And they're saying, oh, don't have Thanksgiving with your Trump relatives. Okay, well, there's more of us than you, so enjoy your solitary Thanksgiving.
More dressing for me.
Exactly.
But they don't even have Thanksgiving, I'm sure, because that's racist. So.
Oh, it's colonization or whatever, whatever gentrification of the. I don't know.
More football for me. No, I didn't see that.
No, but I want to see it.
That's awesome.
I want to see it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So I can laugh.
I was happy to see all the young people who were celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who made a difference.
When they told the kids at VMI, they were all in their bunks and they announced it, and you could just hear all the noise,
Yeah. At least Biden's done his last Veterans Day speech. I'm surprised he got off the beach in time to do
off
it.
The beach where he couldn't even walk. Like, what is?
What kills me is the ones who want him to step down. They think that they don't know better. They think that means Kamala is going to be the president for another 4 years. Like, they don't realize that it's only till January.
Do they really?
Well, some of them do.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? No, it would just be till January, same as Biden.
That's hilarious.
So he's meeting at the White House on Wednesday, and that'll be
a
fly on the wall then.
Well, it won't last long because Biden will probably take a nap in the middle of it.
It's in the morning though, so he might be okay for a little while.
I hope he doesn't drink anything they offer him.
True. I did like the video of them sitting at the memorial or Veterans Day with Jill sitting next to Kamala, totally ignoring her.
I didn't see
that was pretty funny. Yeah, Jill was sitting straight ahead with sunglasses on, totally ignoring Kamala next to her.
She's big mad.
She is mad because
yeah.
Well, yeah, because her tour as
Gravy Train is done. Yeah.
Her weekend at Bernie's stint is up. So
Well, in
it
the
is.
video with him
Jill
walking-
voted for Trump. Yeah.
if you see them walking on the beach, she's not trying to help him. She's not doing anything. Like she's big mad at him.
mhm.
Yeah. Well, she should have charges of elder abuse.
100%.
You know, it kills me. Like people, like they don't understand that people would be upset the fact that Kamala knew how bad he was and covered it up. Like they're, oh
Mhm.
well, it's not like they worked together much. Yeah, she was the vice president.
Well, she
Yeah.
said
They
that
kind
she
of did.
was involved in everything. She had a hand
Yeah.
in everything he did.
Right. I wouldn't change anything.
Right.
Which okay,
I'm happy
well,
we're-
you've got 2 more months, so why don't you do all the things you said you were gonna do?
Did y'all
Oh,
see him, his
you can't.
speech he gave, where he's like grinning and
Yeah,
talking
I know.
about
Yeah.
the peaceful transition and how he congratulated Trump, and he's grinning like he went out there and voted 5 times for him.
You might
Well,
have.
it's like
Might have.
I was watching this. Someone and they're ranting. They're like, you know, people just can't handle an Indian African American white woman woman for president. I'm like, no. I'm like, you know what? I'm perfectly fine having an Indian African American woman for president.
Right.
Just not that one.
Right.
Not that one. Like, I didn't want Hillary either. Not that I don't think
Right.
a woman could be president. Just
Right.
not that
Can we
one.
get a Margaret Thatcher or something? I mean,
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Is
see
there
what
anybody?
happens.
Shouldn't the Democrats
yeah.
be more mad that that's what their pool was? That's what you
Right.
had to
That's
choose
who
from?
you had. Somebody who was hated until August.
Right.
Somebody who didn't even win her home state in the primaries.
No.
Right. Right.
She was the first one to drop out. I mean,
Right.
and now all
I
of a
just
sudden
think-
she's the savior. No.
I think not having that open primary killed him too.
Yeah, democracy.
Yeah, and now Pelosi's turning on Biden. It's like, bitch, you kicked him out. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't
He
have
should
another-
have
Okay, shut up.
he should have dropped out earlier.
Yes.
Well,
Well, he
yeah,
should,
like 4 years
okay.
ago.
yeah, he shouldn't have been in there. But
Yeah.
whatever. You know what? We probably needed these 4 years to get us back to shit.
Yeah, I think it had to get to a certain point or
Yeah.
Look, what did I tell y'all? God allows who he allows.
Mm-hmm.
We might not know the reasons, so
Yep.
it is what it is. So for a reason.
well, I'm glad he did not allow Tim Walz
Thank you. Thank you.
because
If anything, thank you for that.
my question is, does he want to be gay with Elon?
And God's up there like, we ain't doing this. No. This is what
It's
I'm
like
talking about.
If a Republican had called somebody like that gay, they would have been
Right.
all over them.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my-
absolutely. Canceled 10 times. Yeah. No.
It's hilarious. But it's over now, and now we just have to wait till January, and things will change.
Hopefully.
Not right away, not on the 21st, but
No.
No,
the wheels
well,
are in-
hopefully some things will change. Hopefully he'll make some definitive
They
I can't
keep
wait
things
to see what
happen.
Elon does. I'm like totally fascinated with Elon. He's intriguing.
Yeah, I could care
the
less
problem
about
is-
him, but
I think he gets distracted easily, though. So
Well,
I hope
Yeah.
he doesn't take a position and then run off to go,
I
to
don't-
Mars, and then
I don't think he will. 1, 2.
just maybe he'll get segued from the brain chips. That would be good.
Oh, please, yes.
I'm not down with the brain chips.
Well, I'm not down with 100% of anything that
No.
anybody does. I don't even like some of the stuff I do. So, I'm not. Nobody is 100% perfect.
No,
except for
nobody's
Jesus, and
100%.
he wasn't on the ballot. So,
well,
And Jesus would vote for no one. So
no, he would not.
Well,
let's just
I'm
hope we
just
have
glad-
peace.
Just
yeah, and I'm just glad that it was determined within 24 hours, so that we weren't
Yeah,
waiting
that
days
was-
and days and days. Because
Yeah. God, I was fearing a hanging Chad situation.
oh god, yeah. Oh god, you remember that? it was awful.
The hanging Chad.
It was awful. That guy with
Ugh.
his microscope up there and his
Wasn't it like 2 weeks or something?
it was like
Yeah.
December something when they finally certified it.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was a while.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
clearly Gore was wrong because we're still here.
Yeah.
The
Well,
world has not ended yet.
No.
So
come on
You
now.
would think the man who invented the internet would know that.
Yeah.
yeah, I just wish that they could have gotten people like AOC out, but the people voted her back in, so that's on them.
okay. She's
Well,
comic relief, really.
They spoke.
You know, I just laugh at her. She's
Yeah,
not-
she has nothing. She has no power now. The whole squad is down to 2 people.
Yeah.
So
As long as my
and-
man John Kennedy's still in there, that's all that matters.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're
God, he's.
Your
He is
words,
a
not
delight.
mine. Your words.
he's a
need to-
delight.
We need to make it where he lives forever because
My favorite ones are when they're questioning people, and he'll question them either right before or right after Cruz, and then Cruz will take it up after him and just keep nailing the person, and it's just like,
and then Holly gets in there and then Tom Cotton gets in there. Like they kind of just
I
pile
know.
on and it's great.
yeah, yeah.
I don't remember how
I would
long
li-
he's been in there because I think he was our state treasurer before he was
Well,
our
I don't know.
senator.
I'm all
Maybe
for
not, I
term
don't
limits
remember.
except for him.
Yeah.
That would be hard to implement
Well, we
if
can
we
because
just made it him.
be like them.
Well, maybe one day California will open up and they won't keep
They're
voting
not
in
gonna-
people like Schiff and Maxine Waters
Right.
and Swalwell,
Oh,
Fang
shit.
Fang,
Oh.
Fang Fang's boyfriend.
They are not going to vote for term
No.
limits unless the stipulation is it starts after all of them.
Yeah,
Hey,
oh, I
Fawcett,
know.
Go away. Like seriously.
Yeah, it just, well, they're making their money.
Right.
Like none of them had money till they went, and now they're all like rich.
Yeah.
How many houses do Bernie have now?
Well, they're talking about the whole trading
Yeah.
Congress with the trading thing, and that needs to
Mhm.
be done.
That
Because
needs
I don't
to
know
stop.
how you become a billionaire on a
Right.
$160,000 salary. Like,
Right.
That's just not a thing.
All of a sudden, you know stocks. That's not
Okay.
suspicious.
Okay, Nance. Yeah.
Can you imagine how sad they are they didn't make Bernie their candidate this time?
Bernie for the people. Okay.
He's called out her though. He's called out her,
I know he
lack
did.
of,
But that's
which I think is hilarious.
superficial,
Of course it is.
Yeah.
He got like 6 houses. Hillary paid him off to drop out.
Yep.
Bernie, who's never actually had a job other than politics his entire life.
Right.
He's never had a job. And
I told y'all before I went, this is 2018, whatever. I went to Vermont and to see my daughter, and I went to this little store. It's like a gift shop / delicatessen / country store, or whatever. And they had, in the deli, they had different sandwiches named after different things, and one of them was the Bernie. And it tells what's on it. Here's a picture of him, and I said, "So this Bernie sandwich, do you buy it and then somebody else gets half of it?" And they didn't like that too much.
That's awesome.
I had
that's
to
hilarious.
take
I
my-
think
they
Mama
spit in
Nevin,
your
I think it's all the alcohol in her bloodstream. I think that's what's
She's
keeping her
pickled.
going.
She's embalmed by Tito's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tito's and ice cream. That's all
Right,
she ever
should
has.
buy stock in Tito's.
I don't know. Tito's is a Texas-owned company, and maybe she don't drink Tito's.
Well, maybe she.
Yeah,
drinks-
but her husband's made lots of money on the stock stuff. She's the big one that they need to stop it because he's made
Yeah.
millions
Yes,
off the
yeah.
stock trades. And
and he's not
No.
gay at all.
No.
mm-mm. And Dianne Feinstein didn't have a Chinese spy as her driver for 20 years.
That woman. Ugh.
And Fang Fang.
That was what was so driving me so crazy about the friend that I finally dumped today, because she and I never really had any beef, but like her husband would come in on every comment, like, and I just had enough of it. And so like she had posted some sob thing today, and someone else had asked the question, okay, and the other person was very kind about it, and it was just like, okay, I hear what y'all are saying, I'm listening, but could you please explain to me what rights are being lost? What is changing? Da, da, da. And they reply back some of the nonsense about, LGBTQ, blah, 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 blah stuff. And all the things that, horrible for women, blah, blah, blah. And then
No.
something about, well, I just don't see how you could vote for a man who's, and she said liable for rape, which that was weird wording. But like all these horrible moral characteristics supposedly that Trump and the Republicans have. And I was like, okay, but really? Like, really? If we're going to hold up moral character as like the flaw of these people, which we're all
Kamala
flawed,
should
all
not have
sin.
been your candidate.
Really? Like your president showered with his daughter and sniffs little children, and the vice president got her position by putting her head down doing the work. So like,
when he said that,
like really? That is your barometer of morality here? Like, I'm not saying Trump's a good guy. I ain't saying that at all. Like, homie probably made lots and lots of bad decisions. But are we gonna really act like the only people that ever make bad moral decisions are the Republicans? Like, if that's your argument, knock it off. I don't have time for that.
That ain't fun.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
hello? Oh, he said whatever about grabbing her. I'm like, have you not looked at a Facebook post of a
Have you
fireman's
never
calendar?
talked? Have you never talked to a guy?
Yeah, first of all, you ever talked to a guy, but if you ever gone to like a police department or fire department, they do their calendar where they're fundraising for charity. I'm sorry, have you not read those comments? They much nastier from women than what Trump has ever said. So,
And what he was saying is about women who threw themselves at rich men. He wasn't talking about every woman walking down the
cut it out
street.
with the moral authority nonsense crap. Y'all are the freaking party that wants to put grown men in little girls' bathrooms. I really don't have time for that. I don't.
You're also the party that tends to be like anti-Christian, anti-religion, and and now
so
you're
where's
the
your morals
experts
coming
on
from?
morals. Yeah. And I'm not
Yeah, see, that's what kills me.
You can't have morals if you're an atheist or whatever. I'm not saying that.
No.
Don't get on a high horse and start
No.
invoking Jesus, which they do, invoking God, which they do.
Right. Well, that's because that's what gets me is that's the whole you're only people who are against abortion are Christian. I'm like, well, no, here's this whole nifty page called Secular Pro-Life I could refer you to, which thousands of people who are atheists are pro-life. But y'all are sitting here talking morals and ethics. I'm like, you don't have to have Jesus to have morals and ethics.
No.
There's just a human code of let's not do bad things to other people. The end.
Yeah, it's like I think they lost a lot of Democrats who were pro-choice. Classic liberals who were pro-choice. I mean, anti-choice, and were kicked out, told they weren't welcome. They weren't part of the party anymore. Well, and I think that hurt them because, a lot of them like, well, fine, then I'm going to vote for the, pro-life candidate, even if it's Trump, and yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people are one issue voter and you have to decide if that's what you do.
A moral code is not just abortion. It's how do these people get billions of dollars or millions of dollars?
Right.
It's not just abortion. It's not the only moral thing.
Well, I mean, why are we just going to have another millionaire? The more billionaires in there, they're going to do, more take down the common man. I'm like, I'm sorry. How much is Harris worth and Biden and Pelosi and all these other Democrats?
I got news for you. Millionaires and billionaires are the ones that give you jobs.
Yeah, and also if everybody had the same money, no one would have the impetus to be innovative. No one would create. No one would be an entrepreneur because there'd be no point in it.
Need to, right?
Or if there was no benefit, why would you try to become an entrepreneur or whatever? It's like the whole socialism. Oh, everybody deserves all the money and split it up, but money is what is the impetus for people to,
The hypocrisy is what's killing me right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's because their only big point is that he's a horrible misogynistic, did all these things. And I'm like, as opposed to?
I'm to the point where I don't care. Even if all those things are true, I don't care because you know what? I want a strong person to be president. And
Same. But if that's your argument, as opposed to?
But they were perfectly okay with Bill Clinton raping women and, you know, having an affair with a 21-year-old in the White House. But that's a
Right.
different story.
We're fine with that.
You know, the women that he had to pay out money to.
Right. That's fine. That's
And
fine.
it's more than one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but believe all women, except, you know, unless it's a liberal man. Like, oh, you know, Kamala's husband who hit his ex-girlfriend
Yeah,
in
it's fine
public.
for
If
him
he
to
hit her
beat
in
up
public,
his
Yeah.
woman he was having an affair with while he was married.
well,
It's
he
fine for
beat up
that
a
to
woman in public, and you know, if he did it in public, he's doing more in private.
Absolutely.
Right.
That
I mean, he
wasn't
probably can't do it to her because she's got Secret Service protection. So, you know, but she's
I mean,
probably
just
safe.
knock
but,
it
you
off
know-
with the hypocrisy, you know. Stop.
that's
If that's
exactly
your
right. Yeah.
that's your argument, shut up. You don't have give me something else.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't need the president to be my friend.
No.
I need him to be capable of doing the job, male or female, that,
Right.
you know, is going to protect our country and keep us safe. And
Right.
if they're an asshole in real life, well, then sometimes that happens. John Adams was an asshole. Everyone
Oh,
hated him, but he was a good president, and, you know,
Right.
we wouldn't have a country without him. So, you know, sometimes you have to get past the personality
Right. That's like this person
issue.
was like, well, I searched and I don't see anything where it says Biden did anything to his daughter. I'm like, his daughter said it. I don't know
in
what
her
you looking,
in
Jake.
her diary, that it's probably
Um,
the reason she has a sex issue.
You're not wanting to find it, my dear. If that's really, you know,
Yeah.
if that was your
You
research,
can find
what
it.
did,
It's there.
what did you Google it? Google didn't tell you that happened. Oh well, okay, that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the videos of the inappropriateness with women and children. Biden.
Mhm.
All you got to do is Biden sniffing videos, and
You don't need to be a body language expert to see a lot of uncomfortable women.
You know, and
children.
honestly, I think they're. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
Yeah.
and they said it was
Yeah.
coming from DC, not just that one person.
For sure.
Oh, I think, and
Which-
then FEMA, we find out that FEMA skipped the houses with Trump signs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it wasn't
Oh,
it wasn't just one person doing it either. They said they had
no,
No, that was
orders from DC.
they had proof
Yep.
because they wrote
Yeah,
in their
so-
notes per guidance from whatever they
Mhm.
said. You know.
Yeah, I think they need to gut FEMA too.
Yep. Bye.
I think they should just get rid of FEMA and hire the Cajun Navy. Hey, they're more qualified.
They are. The only thing I'm scared about is that our flood insurance actually does come from FEMA.
Well,
So I'm a little scared.
Well, maybe we
what
can-
happens with that?
Revamp that. Yeah.
Let's revamp and put some money in it because we don't need it.
yeah, I think you're right, Tanya. I think too, because just hearing all these foreign leaders starting to capitulate on things the minute he wins, you're like,
Right. They're like,
oh,
just,
yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
Mhm.
Peace is good. Yeah, let's have peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean up the beer cans. Dad's home.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Dad's
like
truck just pulled into
80s
the
teen
driveway.
movie when they have a party and
Mhm.
clean up.
I know, it was pretty funny. It's like, oh dear, somebody didn't want to get caught doing something. And they said that in DC, the DOJ prosecutors are finding ways to leave as quick as they can.
Bye.
Bye,
I'll
don't
tell
look
you
at or
what.
hate you.
I would love to see how many paper shredders get bought at the FDA.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Not
This
only
is-
that, they need to go through all the alphabet agencies and gut it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
You
all
know,
the
get rid of all
pharmaceutical
those-
companies are renting shredders.
Oh yeah, the day after the election, they had some big meeting. All the heads of the pharmaceutical companies were freaking out.
Well, Elon said there's 400. What did he say? 485, something like that. Government agencies, and he said he could cut it down to 99 and be perfectly happy.
Well, look at Argentina. That president's been cutting his right and left. You know, so the one with the 70s haircut.
Oh, that
yeah.
guy. He's definitely a 70s throwback guy.
But hey, you know, they actually were out of the black, or into the black out of the red.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think Trump's been smart because they said he's been meeting and researching and doing stuff and vetting people for the last 4 years.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, you know, I think he knows exactly what he wants to go in and do. And I think he'll say a lot of crazy things that he's going to do that they'll focus
Yeah.
on while he's quietly actually doing other things.
Right.
Did you see where he came out and said, Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo, thanks, but no thanks?
Yeah, I saw
And I
that.
was like, damn, that's
Yeah.
cold. It's
He's
good,
he's
but it's cold.
he's after the rhinos,
Hmm.
and there's some in Congress that aren't going to last.
Yeah.
I think there'll be some resignations,
Okay.
or some I'm not running again
Okay.
Yeah.
because of it. So,
Okay.
and I think some of these people's time has been long come, so they should get out. And I think that it's going to be better for the country. I think the economy will improve. I think jobs will improve again. Yes, the numbers went bad because of COVID because nobody was working. So of
Right.
course unemployment went up. You
Right.
can't base your numbers on his
No,
presidency
not
unemployment
no.
because of that.
Right.
And that's what Kamala was doing. Unemployment was so high, yeah, because of pandemic and
Because of
people weren't
COVID.
allowed
You
to
guys
work.
shut everybody down. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
one
hope
Trump.
that
Because you closed
I
businesses. Because you couldn't let people stand on beaches. I mean,
did you see that hairdresser in Texas who went to
Yes.
jail? She won her congressional race.
Yep.
oh no, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So another one turned to politics because of that. Um, I'm interested. I can't wait for the FDA hearings with Fauci.
Oh,
I'm gonna pop
all the
popcorn for that one.
for that. Yep.
Yeah, because
We're gonna need
that's
all
gonna be
the
interesting
glasses of wine and all the popcorn
Yep.
and all.
Yep.
because RFK is not gonna hold back.
No.
I might make
And
chicken for that.
all those military people who were forced to
Mhm.
leave, and
Hmm.
all that they're slowly letting some of them back,
Mm-hmm.
but they never should have been forced out because theirs was truly experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
theirs
the
wasn't even the
pilots,
same vaccine. Theirs wasn't even the same vaccine they were giving other people.
Right.
Right.
And they said, you can't expect people to take something without informed knowledge. So it should be very interesting. I think he
I'll be
needs to get rid
curious
of
to
all the
see
milk.
how many heart attack rates in young athletes drop.
Yeah, I think
Over them.
also he needs to get rid of all of the upper level military, make them all resign or retire.
I
Because a
mean,
lot of
they can
them.
only do so much. They can't totally, wipe things clean. So it's going to be what
No,
we
but
can manage at the,
they can make it so that they have nowhere else to go in their career and they retire.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. When somebody's done something or
Right.
they find out they're not going to get another promotion.
Right.
So I think a lot of people opened up their eyes and it's a good thing. And I just wish other people, instead of just automatically calling everybody awful names, would
Yep.
take 5 minutes to think about maybe there's a reason why they're,
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying, I don't understand how they can vote for that person or be that way. Yeah, and you're not trying to. Maybe if you tried to understand,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a different story. Like,
Okay.
I got my Oscar the Grouch shirt to start wearing.
Hmm.
aw, because we are garbage.
We're garbage. Yeah.
But
I
it's
want him
garbage
to
can, not garbage can't.
can't.
So
I want him
remember
to ride in a
that.
garbage truck on his inauguration.
Oh my God.
You know what
That
we
would be
should
awesome.
do? Maybe what we should do for our Trump thing is make nice warm winter hats for all of our garbage men in our areas.
No, my garbage man.
I don't really know mine either, but
I don't either, but
they don't have to even get out of the truck anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, they don't. They have the automatic stuff, so I never even see them.
We should just make something that's a MAGA thing or build the wall or whatever, and then
I'll make a safety colors hat for my son.
just wear it on our podcast on the 20th.
Yep.
Don't have
You
to
know
be
what we should
full
do? You know what
nipple.
we should do? You know what we should do?
A watch
Buy
party.
yarn. Because we can
What?
afford to do it.
Do what?
Buy yarn. Because
yarn.
we'll be able to afford to do it again.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I
Red
think
yarn.
that's going to be interesting. Well, I don't know. So many of these businesses are going to go out of business because they're telling people not to buy their product. So I'm wondering
Right.
how long some of these dyers are going to last
I
since
know.
they're
I
cutting
am
off their customer
curious
base.
to see how the Ravelry, temperature
They left a lot of
goes.
Trump patterns up on there. So before, I mean, they weren't just immediately kicking them off. So
Because they hardly ever update that front page. Like
No.
once every 1 to 2 months, and sometimes longer.
Mhm.
I mean, is Casey Cassidy even around anymore?
I have no idea. I don't
Like,
go into any of the forums or anything. I just look for
Me neither. I
patterns.
just look for
I
free
look for
patterns.
free
but
patterns. Yep.
free patterns. That's I could.
Pretty
Does
much.
Denise have this in her stash? Let me see.
or if it's a pattern I have, I look to see projects,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah, I use
let
it.
her
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of these dyers who are out there telling people not to do business with them, which is a stupid business choice, quite frankly. Might end up 6 months down the road wondering why they have no customers. I mean, you know, when you tell people, hey, don't buy my product because I don't like your politics.
Good.
Okay. There's plenty of dyers out there who are
Right.
happy to take
right.
my money. You
Yeah, I
know,
mean, like I've seen some conservative makers, and they're like, "I'm not buying your product anymore because you voted for Trump," and they're like, "Okay,
Okay.
okay, I'm not
yeah,
for
the
you
majority
then.
of
Bye."
the majority of the people did. So yeah,
I'm not telling you you can't buy my product. I don't care
no,
who you voted for.
I don't care. It's like I don't care who buys my
But
patterns. I want everyone to, you know, I
right,
think we don't need to live in an echo chamber or a bubble. We need to have
no,
discourse with people.
Hmm.
but it's
But
getting harder
you
and
know,
harder to do that.
Yeah.
when
So-
somebody flat out says I don't want your money, I'm not going to give them my
Right.
money. You know,
Right.
so
I kind of, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I've kind of given up on discourse with people just because
Yeah.
the people I've tried to do it with are not discourseable.
Right.
A new word I just made up.
Discourseable.
you know,
That's
I
a new
think
word.
give it a few months and see when changes happen and people start having more money in their
Yeah, we'll see.
pocketbooks
Yeah,
and they
I'm
realize
to
their
that-
rights aren't gone.
Mhm.
Then
I'm to that point too,
you know.
except that I don't want to be like, "F you, go away," you know.
Oh,
Whatever.
I'm not
Yeah, I don't
doing
wanna-
that. I'm just I'm just.
But at this
scrolling.
point, it's like, okay, you know, I don't want to hear what you have to say, so
Right.
I'm just going to eliminate you from. If you want
Yeah.
to come back, cool, that's fine. But if you're
Mhm.
going to call me garbage, bye.
I
You
love
know.
the ones that say, I don't want to have anything to do with you, block me. No, if you don't want me to have anything to do with you, you block me.
Yes.
Like,
Why do we always
really?
have to do the work?
Right.
Of course, because
You do
Yeah.
the work.
Why do we always
Yeah.
have to do the work? I don't want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today.
nope, I just want to make nice projects and
I want to
you know,
make baby hats and be happy.
exactly. It's just
Look
like
how much I got done.
it's like
Nice.
some of these people, if they would spend more time knitting and less time worrying and going crazy, they
And
might be happier
searching
lives.
People's
But
posts.
that's
or-
but that's racist and
For
transphobic
likes.
to say, just knit.
Hey, I love all people
I don't.
and I feel sympathy for people.
I don't.
I feel sympathy, well, except bad people. I feel sympathy for people who have mental illness. I mean, I don't love murderers, but
No,
or
but you
child
know
pedophiles.
what? You know what? They will stand before God just like anybody else. So
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
You will.
It's not for
I
me
gotta
to, you
associate
know,
with them, but you know,
yeah, but it just, I feel sympathy for people who have mental issues. I'm
I
going to
do.
leave it at that.
Mhm.
I do.
And
But sleep with
I
who you
think-
want, consenting
as
adults.
long as you're a consenting adult, I don't care what you do
Do
behind
whatever
closed
you
doors.
want to do.
If you're a
None of my-
consenting adult and you haven't, and you mentally think that, you know, your feelings tell you you're another person, you can live that way. I don't have to acknowledge it. I
Mhm.
just don't do it to children.
But I don't have to celebrate it either. Like,
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know.
I know, it's so adorable. How many did you cast on?
This I cast on whatever you said. What'd you say?
I said 60.
60.
Well,
See, but I'm
wait a
thinking
sec.
like,
DK.
so if I do it like that, and it's that stretchy pattern, you know, they can fold
Yeah.
the brim, and then
Right.
if they need to, you know, hopefully it'll still
If it-
fit
Yeah.
as time goes
How,
on.
what needle are you using?
Maybe a 7.
What
Okay.
yarn is it? DK or Worsted?
Oh, this is just Hobby Lobby Worsted.
Worsted.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Alright.
Maybe
All
a
right.
7. I don't remember. But it's nice and stretchy, you know.
Well, ribbing's good. This
Yeah.
one I was going to do a pattern on, but the yarn's really, it won't show up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
Oh.
just knit the ribbing and then I'm knitting it and stockinette, and it's really pretty.
It is pretty.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
Yeah,
wild.
that's pretty. Oh, it's kind of pooling. That's pretty.
yeah, it's called Ghoulish. It was one of her Halloween things.
Ghoulish.
So it's for Riley. She loves the color. So that's her
Yeah.
Christmas hat.
So I think I'll do 3. I'll do a blue, and then maybe the sparkly. And then they could just interchange the girl hats.
There you go. So
'Cause
don't
I think
forget
I have
our lovely,
enough to do another
right.
one.
Our lovely friends have their Star Trek Knit Long and Prosper Knit Along.
Knit long
And-
and prosper.
And
Would you like to say
Tabitha
hello?
from Cabot Cove has her
Come
Winter of Murder.
Come on.
Watch Jessica Fletcher and knit or crochet or something going on. And we have our Christmas sweater till January 7th. So,
Yes.
aw.
This is Minnie. She's mean and evil.
Oh, was she the one who tore up your carpet?
No, that would be the dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the dog still alive? Or have
She
you?
is, but I'm not very happy with her.
She's so pretty.
She freaked out, y'all. That is the only thing I could think is she had to go to the bathroom really bad because there was evidence in the bedroom. But she must have got into the room but couldn't get back out. I'm still not quite sure how. I mean, I know she managed to pull the carpet up in the carpet pad, but I still can't figure out how that got her out of the room unless it gave her enough traction to, through the door.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
it was a mess. So we have to fix that still. But I think we're just going to try to fix it instead of replacing the whole carpet in the room because I'm like, that's so expensive. And you're going to move all the furniture out.
Yep.
Wait 6 months. Carpet might be cheaper.
Well,
True.
I had grand plans for, things we do as the boys move on out and we make changes in the house. So I'd plan on doing multiple floors. So I'm like, I really don't want to do carpet when in maybe like 5 years I'm going to do more,
Right.
It's really stupid. So
Just get a rug, cover it up, and you're fine.
I mean, it's my bedroom. Who's going in my bedroom? So
Exactly.
Not me.
I will. But this
So.
is Minnie.
All right. I need to go eat dinner. And
Me too. I need to go find something for dinner.
Not
because
rice.
it's not going to be
Not
not going to be rice.
It's not gonna be
Thanks for
rice.
coming. Thanks for
Thanks,
joining
guys.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks, chat. We love you
Hi,
guys.
friends.
Next week
See,
we might have
she's
some
mean.
new people.
Look how mean she is.
So, aw,
She's pretty though.
she's a sweetie.
She's mean.
She's a sweetie.
She's secretly mean, but she's secretly nice. Like, she doesn't want to cuddle, but she's the one that when it's like 10-ish, if I'm still in the front, she's like sitting there looking at me like, excuse me, it's time for bed. So if I start walking down the hall, cat everywhere. If I start walking down the hall, she's gonna follow me down the hall, and then she'll get on top of me. But she can't just like snuggle. She has to get right here. Right here.
Hi.
And then like she sits there for like 5 minutes and then she moves. I'm like, what are you doing to me? What kind of violation is happening here? God, your hair is everywhere.
Yeah.
She's very fluffy.
Need to start spinning, I guess.
Oh,
So, thanks for coming, Amy.
Thanks for sharing.
violated over here with cat hair.
That just means that your cat is just leaving
Did you
some
cut
of
your
her
hair
love
again?
everywhere she goes.
Yes, I cut it.
No.
Yep.
Oh, Amy
Well, I
did.
didn't cut it.
I didn't.
It's just not fixed. So this is
Yeah.
after the shower.
Well, I didn't.
Keep making
Well,
things
it's
for
a good-
babies. I appreciate it. I need all
It's
the baby
okay.
things.
You can cut your hair because Neil has already made a cross stitch of you.
That's true. With no chin. Now I just need to lose my weight so I can have a
God.
chin.
I told him. I
I-
was like, Neil, come on.
I know.
Like just a little color. I mean, it is a different color right here. Just a little color would have been nice.
I got a pencil neck. What are you talking about?
I had fat neck, so
You made me and
You know.
Liz Jabba the Hutt's over here.
I know. So if I really had the time, I would make a Neil cross stitch, but I really don't have the time or the effort. So, but he's literally Nittler, so he's
I will
like
say
that.
he did pretty good. Other than that, getting everybody's expressions.
He did.
He does.
pretty-
He did really
that
good with the
was funny.
expressions. Like he totally has Joe down.
Oh God, yeah.
Because I
But
think he gave.
yeah.
I think he had me giving Denise a side eye.
Mm.
I think that's what it
Oh.
was. That was funny. But y'all's faces
bad-
were like your expressions were perfect.
too bad he didn't have your hand held up to the screen for Joe.
Yeah.
So
Look, Joe.
well, hopefully you can get something that'll keep your computer cooler so your camera won't overheat.
Yeah.
My next plan is because I got a new phone. So my next plan is to attempt to take my old phone. And so there'll be
Oh.
nothing on it. I totally wiped it clean. There's nothing on it. I'm hoping I can use that. And we'll practice with that and see how that goes.
Okay.
Mm.
We'll see.
Well, that's good.
Why is my
Well-
furnace sticking on?
We'll see.
Yeah. All right.
right.
Well, thanks for coming. We'll see you
Guys.
guys next week.
Amy.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.